The following program deals with a controversial subject. The theories expressed are not the only possible interpretation.
The viewer is invited to make a judgment based on all available information.
What is that? Why isn't anybody seeing our beautiful faces right now? Do you guys know why? I know why.
Feels like they're the lucky ones.
We're gonna have to take people into the Matrix. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to do that. Hold on here, you guys.
Wait, this Matrix?
You know, I've never seen that movie.
Really? You're not missing out on anything.
Everyone says it's great. I haven't seen any of them, but I heard the first one was like really good. I just I was never a big Keanu Reeves fan.
There we go. All right, hold on, you guys. 1 sec. You're going to hear the intro again for a second. Like I said, just a second. What is good, everybody? Welcome to another Saturday night, another Modern Comic Mayhem. We got a fun show tonight, you guys. We're going to have a long drama alert that's going to start shortly, probably about 30 minutes. I wanted to go over some cool Saturday comic book stuff that we all like to go over for all this stuff. But you guys also know that if you guys want to jump in and call in at any point during the show, there is a Discord call-in. We're chilling in the Discord call-in. Just don't interrupt and sound like a moron. That's all I ask.
Hey, I was like, then I should probably just drop right now.
Yeah. You're a happy man. Tennessee moving on.
Very happy. If they're if it's 3:30 tomorrow and they win, I'll be coming out your way next weekend.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Nice.
So we'll see. We'll see if the good guys can pull one more out.
We'll root for it. We'll root for it for sure. Shout out to
my neighbors. I'm sure heard me last night. So.
Hell, fuck yeah! You get a pass on that one, dude.
Did you get calls in the morning? I mean, I know
well,
you were still.
There could have been a lot of things that are going on in the morning, and I wouldn't have known what was going on. I have no idea exactly how things ended, but I had a great time until 4 or 5 this morning by myself.
That's awesome, dude. Yeah, we got a good show tonight, you guys. Shout out to everybody in the chat. 87 live at the beginning of the show. Real quick, I want to shout out Keith playing cover tunes. AOA, Chad Cave, and I think there's one more that somebody won something off of when we had Billy on for Pool Boy that I have sending out. We all got your stuff heading your way. We'll get it to you. Trust me on that. Some interesting FOC stuff today. I definitely wanted to talk about G.I. Joe and the Energon universe, and we'll go over our basic FOC stuff. So we'll do that. But yeah, how you guys doing? What are you guys up to? Same old shit.
Chilling.
Actually, I had something I wanted to ask you guys. Would you rather have a 86 BGS Michael Jordan 7 or an Ovechkin SP Auto Rookie 9 BGS?
Ovechkin.
So I made this swap.
Look at that. Oh, wow. Holy cow.
I'm with you. 47 away from taking first place now.
Nice.
So
good for you, bro.
The Ovechkins have really come down. I mean, like, so the 9s are around 3,500, and which is really low to me. Really low. I saw a 9.5 BGS, 9.5 9.5 card, 10 auto. I want to say went for under 7 not that long ago. So he started really slow this season, but he's really done well after the All-Star break. So just to kind of throw that out there, no one's talking about it at all. All you hear is Caitlin Clark.
Yep.
And Bedard.
I need to buy it quick.
Ovechkin, man.
So I have 82 cards at assembly at PSA right now.
Oh, do you know your grade yet?
No, don't know the grades yet. They're at assembly though. So once those gets back, I'll sell off a bunch of those, and I'm sending in 2 Jordans on the that fast track thing.
Yeah.
And
like one of the monthly specials.
Yeah,
this is like pretty high dollar
cheap.
value.
Yeah, for the high dollar value. Yeah, if I sell, I would love to make that trade, dude. I would make that trade in a heartbeat. I'm gonna have to go find another one before he does it because I won't be able to find one after.
Yeah, it's just right now. I mean, it's he had a really good year last year. Like I want to say he was around 5th in the league in goals because he was always in the top 5. It seems like everyone kind of fell off the card. Didn't do that well last year, but they seem like doing well this year. But no one's talking about hockey. Everyone's talking about Connor Bedard. And with him being on a slow start, even if it's another, say he finishes with another, let's say like 5 goals, he's basically 40 away. And if he has a strong year next year and gets to 30, 31, whatever it is, you're talking about starting the season like that whole off season will be the peak about everyone's going to be talking about him because he'll basically be just like a handful of goals away from breaking Gretzky's record.
Yeah.
Nice.
Did you read? You read the last issue of Duke, right?
I did with the Bloodhounds.
Yeah. Did you read the last?
I haven't
issue
read 4.
Have you read?
Came out this week.
Have you read Cobra Commander?
Yeah, number 3.
Yeah. No. Which one came out? Wait. Which one came out this week? Was it Duke that came out this week? Yeah, it was
Duke came out this week.
You haven't read it?
Mm-mm.
Dude, can I spoil it?
Oh no, absolutely not. I won't do it.
I want to spoil it so bad.
The one part about Duke number 3. So there are 2 things about the G.I. Joe books, which I think, unless you really dive in, you may not catch these things. Whoever's doing the work on the writing, they are really going deep into understanding the characters. Like, if you watch when Major Blood gets shot, number 3, I was like, oh my God, he's dead. Because the one thing I was like, well, maybe that's not really Major Blood because he doesn't have the eye patch. And I was like, maybe it's going to be one of the Bloodhounds who's actually Major Blood, and they promote him and he becomes Major Blood. But if you look at that last panel, the shadow, you can tell he gets shot in the back and it comes through like his left eye or left side. And the left side is actually the one that has his patch.
Yeah.
So I don't think he's dead. And then the second part is like Cobra Commander. When they get into Buzzer and Cobra Commander starts that psychology piece telling about, he's not really a dreadnought. He's trying harder than the other ones. And Xandar calls him a poser. It's true. Like if you actually read his file card, he was a professor at Cambridge, like sociology. So someone's really going into a lot of detail.
It's awesome, dude. It's so good.
It's really cool. Really cool.
It is so freaking good. There was, I forget who talked about it in the chat. There was WonderCon stuff. I haven't seen this yet, but I figure we could watch it live. Let's take a look here.
Guys, it's Travis Moody here from A Toy Kind of Mood, and we have a special video that's right long ass because we're talking Cobra, and it's who are the new recruits that are going to be revealed tomorrow at WonderCon 2024. Of course, we're talking about the G.I. Joe Classified line. Emily will be there with Cobra La's Nemesis Immortal, formerly known as Nemesis Enforcer. Of course, we got the name-only reveal for that, so why not digital render it up? But I did hear a few predictions. First, starting from our show on Wednesday, and if you missed it, you missed a great time. Black Genghis KJ said he expects a new version of a Cobra trooper or officer. And the retro officer is in the system, but it does say new recruits. Technically, a new version of a Cobra trooper or officer would be a new recruit. And we know Hasbro loves their repacks, repaints. That's a good choice. I love that, and I love what
Night
Gridiron
Creeper
did
leader
with this kit.
Night Viper.
Shout out to Tony.
One of my
Stiggs
all-time
for that
favorite
one.
Joes.
And finally, Soda Popinski mentions Crystal Ball, Cesspool, Overkill.
and then they're doing some of the weird guys. So we'll see.
I was like one of the few people who actually like Crystal Ball.
Really?
I think it's called the tie with Iron Maiden, because 777 son. It talked about his file card that he was a seventh son of a seventh son, so that's the reason that he had that power. And so,
that's actually kind of cool.
I don't know why, but I thought it was cool. Because
that is kind of cool, man. So yeah, dude, I'm so into G.I. Joe right now. I'm the comic, the Energon universe, has me just jumping all over the place and watching all kinds of stuff.
On that Cobra Commander number 3, when I saw that Nemesis Enforcer 2-page spread, I was like, Bryan's gonna fucking shit when he sees this. I was like, this is right up his alley. And when you read, at least with Cobra Commander 3, that's where I'm trying to think of, like, where is Zartan? Because I'm wondering, if he's like, he's got to be in disguise somehow or another through this whole Energon universe. They've got to have him somewhere that you would least expect.
Hood.
Yo,
what's up, Joe?
What's up, guys? Happy Easter.
Happy Easter, bro.
Dude, I was just telling Yee that it was a year ago that you fell in love with the blanket.
Yeah, dude, where's my blanket, Nate? God damn it, dude.
And then I asked him, I was like, did your wife get her purse back? So.
Oh yeah, she told me not to worry about it, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep it.
All right, so I'm gonna go over this G.I. Joe thing, and I'm not. Trust me, Nate. I'm not spoiling the part that I wanted you to talk to you about. You'll know that. But this is for FOC Duke. This is the new. So the bats are showing up.
I love that ratio. I love the ratios, how they make them like the old figure backs with the explosion backgrounds. So exactly that's the 1-in-25.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's cool how they're doing that to all those. So.
The Duke number 3, the one thing I thought was cool was he knew exactly who Baroness was, even with her a couple cells down, not even seeing her. That conversation that went back and forth between the cells.
Yeah. Yeah, this is the writing in this is so good. It's so good. There's a 1-in-50. Look at this. That's got the bat on it and Destro.
And so you're going to have these series end, and then Scarlet and Destro will pick up after that.
I think it's bringing everything together, man.
Because they're the next two that have the short series.
Yeah, so it's going to bring everything together to eventually a G.I. Joe, hopefully, just G.I. Joe comic. But I'll read all these miniseries.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah. So, all right, let's rock through this real quickly. This is Lefteros FOC selections this week. Shout out to Lefteros and Cover Price. I talked to Matt DeVoe the other day, and shout out to everybody at WonderCon this weekend. Seen a lot of people, a lot of friends hanging out at WonderCon. I wish I could be there. I wish all of us could be there. It'd be awesome right now. But shout out to Clutch, Leg, Wanted Comics. Who else? Saw the Marat Michaels thing was a success. They had a really cool Marat Michaels live sale on eBay Live for Wanted Comics, and Leg was there and Clutch was there. So it was pretty cool to see that. And then a lot of interesting videos coming out of WonderCon. So shout out to everybody at WonderCon. Let's go ahead and including Matt DeVoe. Matt DeVoe is out at WonderCon. So I heard that Drew said that he got to go digging with him. And Matt DeVoe is such a big brain of comics. That guy's always pulling out those rare $200 books that nobody knows about. But anyway, shout out Cover Price. Let's get into it. Starting off with Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees, number 6. This is the cover A final issue of the series. So I'm sure a lot of people are going to be reading this. It's going to be interesting to see what happens with this IP after the series ends, and where it goes. We'll see.
I'm surprised that they didn't make it a continuing, ongoing title.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not really reading it, but I mean,
it's been a hit. Seems like it's been a hit.
I mean, because everyone was comparing that hype up, right? That it was like something that's killing the children, and so because that was only supposed to be a mini series, and they ended up make it an ongoing series.
Yeah. Fuzzy says best comic on the shelves today. That's pretty dope. All right. Next we have Creature from the Black Lagoon Lives #1. This is cover A. I think they shared this. This is Skybound, which is interesting. They shared this in the recent Duke comic, if I remember correctly. So this will be interesting to see how this plays out. Next, we have DC Spring Breakout #1. You've got a sweet Dan Mora Harley Quinn cover. Mr. Longshort's going to love that. What is this supposed to be? Just baseballs? Taking a run on baseball style stuff? Just because baseball's starting to put out a book? That's what it seems like.
Must be that. Yeah, I don't.
I can't wait to see the team stores that do the team exclusives.
My dad was so mad.
Nah.
My dad was so mad the other day that he couldn't get the Diamondbacks game on any streaming service or TV. He was raging. He was like, "How can a local team not be on a local TV station?" And just going crazy, man. And they went out.
Is that the game where they scored 14 runs in the third? So Justin and Aaron were texting me during the game when they got like 9. He was like, "Have you ever seen a game where they scored 9 runs in an inning and just kept going and going and going?" I was like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah, my dad was so mad about that. He was so mad.
This is going to be an important book because it's the first appearance of the Interpreter, and so the Interpreter gets onto the scene by breaking into Harley Quinn's bank account, where the Interpreter places a whole bunch of undisclosed bets.
Oh boy!
How many people were like, "Is he fucking with me? I can't tell."
Really, there's a first impression.
Yeah.
How awesome is a Clutches post on IG with that pack, that DC pack that has the Batman Adventures, the first appearance of Harley Quinn in that?
Oh yeah, that's great.
Cool.
That was amazing.
Really cool.
Yeah. All right, next, Duke #5. Yeah, we
There's
just
the
talked
bat.
about that. Yep.
I gotta take a shit.
So this was pretty cool. Tony put this out on his IG the other day that they sold out at the distributor level, which is fucking awesome. Congratulations to Tony and Trish and the creators of Feral. Yeah, man, great job. So
That's a great cover. I mean, it's like Stray Dogs. Like you wanted every one of those first, second, third, fourth, fifth prints because they were all the different movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like how they're doing different movies to go around.
Yeah, it's cool. Very cool.
So there you go. You got your Halloween cover, or Halloween homage. So Spider-Woman #7. You got a Todd Knock variant cover. Spider-Woman and New Champions cover. So let's see what he says about this. You may recognize these 3 characters from the New Champions variants. I wonder what Steve Fox and who's this? Iguara have in store for them. Worth grabbing on this. Check out the main cover. Oh, that's interesting. There you go. First appearances, hopefully. 5th print of the craziest thing that's happened to comics in a long time. Ultimate Spider-Man #1.
Is it going to have more printings than Strange Academy?
I wouldn't.
If it gets one more, it already does.
Did you guys see the J. Scott Campbell books?
Yeah, I actually like them. I hate to say that. We're going to talk about them next here, Hood. I'm glad you brought that up.
Sold out, bro. Sold out.
Oh, yeah?
Did you get any?
No, dude. And some prick had it on eBay for like one of them for like $400, dude. Pussy.
You want me to call Jay?
I actually like these, dude. And remember when he said he was going to redo them, I was like, oh, come on, that's a cash grab. And I actually really fucking like these, man.
Fuck yeah, dude.
The way they changed it for like this universe, I think it's cool. I think they're very cool because you can put them side by side with the other ones. They're neat.
Yeah, I like the kids and the kids playing on his phone, you know, and
I like the mom, bro.
That's a good. Those are good covers. Those are really good covers. Congrats to I don't know if I like the trade dress as much, but overall they're 10s, man. Good job, J. Scott Campbell. Congrats on that. That's a big moment to be able to do a McFarlane after McFarlane. How many artists get to do that, you know? Campbell after Campbell. What did he say? Campbell after... Did he say after? No. I wish he would have. Should have put Campbell after Campbell.
Wow.
Yeah.
Mama.
So there we go. That's
Can you zoom in closer?
When he signs at CGC, you could ask him to put that.
Yeah. So you're going to have a black box around the art now instead of a white box around it, and that's the 5th print. So
Are they doing a 125 for this? Does anybody know?
I would assume so.
Because like
I
some,
wouldn't doubt it.
Because again, you get further down and they start doing the ratios. Real hard to find.
Oh God, AOA doesn't like J. Scott Campbell. How do you not like J. Scott Campbell? Come on,
Are you
AOA.
serious, bro? What the hell?
It's all good. AOA makes up for anything that he doesn't like that we like because he is the best in the game when it comes to.
I bet AOA wouldn't be hanging out with us if he said Mark Brooks wasn't
being a
that good.
fucking fantastic moderator in every fucking awesome show. Oh, we're going to talk about Mark Brooks later, trust me. All right, here we go. Venom Separation Anxiety #1. You got another homage. This is the Paulo Sequeira.
Web of Spider-Man 1.
Yeah.
That's
not
okay.
bad. Yeah. Not bad. I like Sequeira's Venom a ton. He does great Venom. I love the way he does his head. The eyes, the teeth. It's really good. And that is our boy Left Taros' stuff. Of course, we'll go check out the one, the only...
Zach!
What is this?
Is that Billy?
Billy?
Yep. Here we go.
Let me tell you, dude, I
Economics and
ordered from
comics.
that dude, and his stuff came so perfect. The shipping was phenomenal. So I was really happy. I hit him up. I said, thank you, bro.
I'm just going to go over his best-selling stuff tonight, and if we get a chance to, we'll go over some of the rest of them. But he has a lot of the ones we've already talked about. This Peach Momoko Spider-Woman variant. Have you guys seen that they're doing these? Did you guys know about these? Let me find this. Here we go. Is it this?
I don't even think I've gotten over the Peach Momoko Ultimate X-Men yet.
Where is it? It is... I gotta find it. I have it somewhere. They're doing variants for the black suits of Spider-Man, the 40th anniversary. Have you guys seen that?
Oh no.
No, huh?
Where is that? Let's see if I can find that. Yeah, just gotta find it. I don't know where it's at. Yeah, they're gonna do. Here we go. So these are the first covers that came out this week that they showed on FOC. So this is X-Men 34 by Phil Noto.
Is that Gambit?
The head's Gambit. It's Rogue's hair.
Yeah.
And her body, his face.
Yeah. Here's the Momoko.
I like that.
That's not bad.
Actually,
Yeah.
Better than the last one.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah.
That one's okay, I guess.
This is
I like that.
Dan Panosian, who anything he draws is good. I'm not a big fan of this, but Panosian's badass. Here is the Miss Marvel Mutant Minutes by Muhammad. Is it Mahmoud Asar? Mahmoud Asar? That's actually pretty good, to be honest.
I'm not a Miss Marvel fan, but I like the cover.
Yeah. I like the way he made her look. She looks pretty menacing.
It's a simple take on it.
Fucking scary,
Yeah. Yeah, it's badass.
I'm gonna
It's a good
slap
one.
the shit out of you.
This one
Like
is,
Seinfeld, man hands.
This one's
Well,
interesting.
Miss Marvel is Gothic, right?
They did more of like symbiote than they did black costume. You know, it was very weird.
I was gonna say, is that War Machine is War Machine? I can't tell.
Yeah. Here's Hulk by Nakayama.
What 7-year-old did that?
This is
That
good
is-
because at least he does a costume instead of like a symbiote thing.
I think that looks
Yeah, it's
awesome.
interesting.
Yeah.
It looks like
looks
something
what?
you'd find at like a art museum for like the middle schoolers, like who gets the first, second, and third.
This one's interesting. Captain America #9 by Linnell Francis Yu.
Eh.
Yeah.
Caca.
Yeah. And then finally, In-Hook Lee, Avengers 14.
That's dope.
Yeah, that's good.
That's pretty good.
So there you go. And there's more coming. So that's very interesting. I'm sure Billy's got a package deal you can do. You got the Feral covers, of course. Feral #2. This is cover B. I love this. Any Nightmare on Elm Street stuff is cool to me.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Right? So
Wow.
that's a good one.
Man, clever. I mean, they were really good at that. This.
Hey, Get Theory. I wonder what that's about.
How about this? Jenny
Oh
Frizen.
man,
Yeah.
Oh, it's cool.
I like
Mama.
Yeah, that's a great cover. It's nice to see that a little bit different Frizen. You know,
Mhm.
it's cool.
Wait, did I drink the wrong drink tonight?
Are those Joker colors that are on there? Is that
This
what
is-
that is?
It's just like, look at this Matina. I like the Batman in the back. That's badass.
Look at his wings. He looks like a vampire or something. I
Yeah.
mean, like the way they stick
Bro!
up. Or
Yeah.
dragon.
Check out the little fucking penguins, dude. That was dope, dude.
This Wolverine, Deadpool, and Wolverine, World War III. All the covers. You got a Liefeld. I thought Liefeld said he was done, didn't he? Maybe this is
Yeah,
his
I
last
thought
one.
he was done too.
Well, I mean, this was probably completed before
Yeah.
this announcement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So might be the last. Well, he probably will have one for his
Yeah, I would
last
say
one.
last.
Yeah. There's an Eastman drawing blood. It's not bad for Eastman.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah. Russell Dodderman trading card variant. Green Lantern, you got the Duke stuff. Jim Lee, what is this? Artist Spotlight, Jim Lee. Did you hear about Jim Lee?
No.
He promises to draw one last Batman story. He's in Paris for some signing event. And he said he's going to do one more Batman storyline. He says it could hear more about it September 21st. That's pretty fucking cool.
I love Azrael. I just like you can the way that he gets drawn. Like I love when Joe Quesada, when he first came out, the way he would draw him. Like seeing people like Jim Lee, like he's such a good looking character. They could make a good run with him. I love Azrael.
So this is what he was asked. This guy Thomas says, I have a YouTube channel and she's filming. 23,000 people are going to see the video. I have one question for you. You did Batman 20 years ago. Mark Silvestri, your friend, did the Batman Joker. And are you one day going to come back for one last ride on Batman, having a black label? Can you tell us if one day you will draw a new Batman story? Jim Lee said, what would you like me to say? What would be better for YouTube channel, for your YouTube channel? I said no or absolutely yes, just for you. And he goes, as a fan, I don't care about the rest. I just want a cool story for one last ride. He goes, I can promise you one more story. I don't know if it'll be cool, but you can determine that. So that's actually, that's interesting.
Oh, that was a good response.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll go find the clip eventually, but I thought that was pretty neat. Rare flavors, more Conan stuff. More Venom, Separation Anxiety, Sandoval variant, which is this is actually a good
Nice cover.
Yeah. That's a cool cover. Another great Venom artist. The
Oh,
Witcher.
look, the Phantom Menace.
Yeah, right here.
Anniversary.
What are they
yeah.
doing? What are we doing here?
Oh no, here we go, bro.
I heard they're putting it in theaters again.
Are they just gonna do the same thing?
I think
that
they're doing all of them.
Oh God.
I think they're releasing all of the Star Wars movies in the theater. I think.
Yeah. Oh man.
Really? I'll go see Empire Strikes Back in fucking 4K, IMAX or whatever, dude.
Yeah, I've never seen Empire in the theater. I saw Star Wars. Yeah, I saw Star Wars back in, I guess when it came back in like '97 or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But never seen Empire in the theater.
Ooh, look at these. Ninja Turtles, black, white, and green. Whoa. You guys see these?
Mm-mm.
I did see these. Someone sent me pictures of this. I thought it was a cool concept.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Like making a parody of the black, white, and reds.
Yeah, look at that.
Or bloods or whatever.
That really pops, man.
Yeah.
That's badass. That's a Declan Shalvey cover. That's cool.
His is the best by far.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like him.
Yeah.
And let's see here. X-Men. This is interesting. X-Men variant. I like this. I don't know why, but I like it. Richie. This is the character that Richie was talking about. That what's her name? What's his name's daughter? Jane Howlett.
Oh, that was in the Marvel Presents.
Yeah. So that's pretty cool. Vengeance of the Moon Knight, X-Men 34. A lot of good books coming out on FOC this week. Really good Power Girl covers again. This is weird, though. Mark Brooks, okay? Great fucking artist. One of the best. But what's up with the face on Power Girl on this?
She got a lift.
What the fuck, man?
A little surgery.
Everything else looks like 10, but the face is awful.
Got a butterface.
What a beautiful cover, though. But the face just kills it. Oh, Jesus. Am I off? Is there anybody that disagrees with me?
No, it's like, I think it's the nose and then like the eyebrow being so.
She kind of has a square jaw, like it just
like a man.
There's something off about it. Yeah.
She's a man.
Yeah. She looks like she's about 80.
She's a boy.
Do I see an Adam's apple right there?
Yeah.
The rest of her,
covered up.
The rest of her, man. I mean, the rest of the cover looks amazing. The background's great with the cape, and
she's covering her cock, dude.
That's a rough one, man. This is another one right here. Scott Forbes cardstock variant. This one's beautiful. It's a good cover. It's a really good cover. And then look at this one. I always loved Yannick Paquette. That's a good cover right there, man.
That's cool. Yeah.
That is a good fucking cover. Her having the little thing on that shows a boob hole. You know, it's like a little thing that shows it's like a fake boob hole. You know, it's drawn on a piece of paper, and she's got. Was that what that is? That's like a piece of paper that she has taped on her. Right? Isn't that what it looks like?
Yeah. Yeah.
She's making fun of her. Yeah.
Oh, or one of those T-shirts where it's like printed on.
Yeah, like the idea
like
I had. I'm gonna do a Beyond Wednesdays T-shirt that has a Power Girl boob hole. That's one of the first T-shirts coming, you guys. I told you, T-shirts are on their way.
What's the wrestler? Is it Rhea Ripley or
Riva or whatever?
That's what she looks like.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh man, that's gonna be funny to see all of us wearing Power Girl Beyond Wednesday T-shirts all in the same show.
I don't wear it to the gym. We start working out.
I gotta make it
It's
look
a
like
chest
Alex
day.
Ross real, you know. Yeah, that's a good cover right there. Yannick Paquette. Infernals, great story. Harley Quinn, Sweeney Boo variant. Of course, Farrell, you got the regular cover A. This is a decent cover right here for Detective 104. This is your guy, right, Nate? Evan Cagle? Aren't you? Where'd he go? He just left. He went to go take a piss as soon as I bring up his favorite artist.
He had to grab another beer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's an interesting cover, though. All the bats. It's creepy. I almost was gonna do the spider fucking video on one of the commercials today for the opening of the show, and I was like, this one's a little too creepy. It'll scare people. This is kind of creepy. But Rom V still doing. Oh, there we go. There's the Dan Mora Batman. That's good. Dave Johnson. Rebel Moon. Red Sonja. Gorgeous Rebel Sonja. Or Red Sonja. Look at this Linzer Red Sonja. Oh, look at that.
Yes, sir.
Right? Look at that. Mama. That is just awesome. He does the coolest skulls. He's always done cool skulls. The Fog. That's interesting. You got the Bjorn Barons. Do you see Hive's doing... Oh, I don't know if I should say anything. Did I get announced?
Wait, I think we were supposed to...
They're exclusive? Yeah.
Yeah, it got dropped earlier today.
Okay,
I think,
good.
I think Jonathan was asking in one of the chats if we could talk about it.
Really?
Let me double check. Yeah, let me double check.
They dropped a new... Yeah, they dropped their first variant in a long time. They dropped a Bjorn Barons Boys cover.
Yeah, they said to talk about it if we could.
That's dope.
Yeah, I like it. I'm not normally a fan of that guy, so...
You don't have very many covers with her, with the... What's her name? She got that weird name.
I heard there's hidden characters in the piles of bodies. But it could just be a joke too as well.
That would be funny if they tell people that and there isn't. Just everybody's like, I know it's this guy. Yeah, it's that guy. Yeah, it's that guy.
Is that Stormfront?
It's one's supposed to be like Mario and
it's
the
girl from The Boys, the girl that's on the team, isn't it?
Is it Stormfront? Is that her name?
No, not the superhero. The one that's on the she doesn't talk. She's a good guy.
Wait a minute.
She's a mute, and then
the mute. The mainframe guy is always falling in love with. What's her name?
Oh man,
I can't remember her name.
The one where she's
Miko. Is it Miko? Miko? I think it's Miko, right?
That sounds right.
Yeah, because the guy who played Breaker from G.I. Joe, the French guy,
yeah, Frenchie,
he's in love with her.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Mainframe. Yeah. I said mainframe. I meant Breaker.
Yeah. That's what I knew you were talking about.
Yeah. All right. So that's good shit. Dune. You get some Dune stuff. Rebel Moon stuff. Conan stuff. I don't think this is the main thing that I wanted to talk about today. Shout out to our boy Flops Comics. Look at this. Washed in Blood, number 2, cover D. Flops Comics variant. That is fucking beautiful, man. That is awesome.
That's cool. That's a whatnot book, right?
I don't know. Is it?
I think it's a massive book.
Well, I'll be buying a massive book, it looks like.
Oh, y'all need to dissect that on the industry show.
We will. One of these days, hopefully. Look at that. Man, that's awesome. I love that. How it has like the lava lamp kind of look to it. It's so dope. That looks really good. I love that alien shit too. Congratulations to Flops Comics. It's nice to see him just hopefully turn into a superstar in this world. His art's amazing. All right. That is, I think, basically FOC this week for the most part. Make sure you guys go check out economicsandcomics.com for /collections, pre-order bundles, all that stuff. And go follow him on YouTube. He does great top 10 FOC books and all that stuff. Yeah, this is Flops. Flops did this. This is badass. Was number one cover any good? I don't remember, but this one's good. This one's really fucking good. So, all right, that is FOC this week. Okay, let me get.
Joe, do you need to let the people at 5-cent books or whatever let them know that it's closing time or it's close?
No, they're already close.
Okay, all right. So I want to make sure you're doing your job.
Did you get tapped on the shoulder?
Yeah, dude. Pussies, man.
It looks like Kyle is right as we're getting ready to bring him on. He's doing a show. It looks like he's got a show. Are you kidding me? I didn't look at his message. He just sent me a message saying, I'm running a show at 11:15, so hopefully this will take place between 10:30 and 11. Oh, hold on. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, let's start. Drama alert.
Drama!
What is up? Drummler, 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 into the news. Into the news.
All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Drama!
We talked about one of his pieces last week, and we wanted to give him the opportunity to jump in here and talk about his art. Ladies and gentlemen, Kyle Willis. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing all right. Can you hear me?
We can hear you. Excellent. Can you guys hear him good?
Yep.
Hell yeah, man. I apologize, dude. I didn't see that message. Are you going to be okay to go for a little bit longer than?
Yeah, at any given time, I have people coming down here to run shows. Bloodhaven, JB Fletcher's actually here right now. He's supposed to do a show in 3 minutes, but I told him to push it.
Nice.
So he's going to push it.
Nice. All right. Well, we're going to get into some interesting talk. Let me get this all set up here. So, one of the things that I always try to do is, keep a seat open for anybody we talk about that, there might be something that they want to say. And you kind of hit me up, and one of the things that I thought was interesting that you said is you were fairly democratic about it, and I appreciate that. I think I was fairly democratic about it, right? For the most part.
Well, you asked yourself 3 times, are we just being haters? And I giggled every time you said it, because what you were saying about at least that piece of art, outside of the IP conversation you guys were having, you were saying that I took a picture from the internet and I fed it through an AI filter so that it looked drawn. And you very matter-of-factly were like, he photoshopped comic pages into the background. And the whole time I'm just like, AI wasn't even a thing when I painted this. And at the beginning of your show, I'd never watched your show before. So I watched the intro today. And at the beginning of the show, you write, the viewer is invited to make an informed opinion using all available information. And here you are, just saying all these things that you had no idea what you were talking about. Like a single visit to my YouTube channel.
Well, that's why we're having you on, Kyle. We're doing our due diligence right now. That's why we're having you on, brother.
So, but the piece was painted, as far as whether or not I referenced a photo, I think that is clear. The photo was, I believe, it was 6 years ago, but I believe the photo was sent to me by the client. I painted that thing as a commission.
Yeah.
I never intended, I make art prints when I do a commission. I wasn't planning on using it for a cover. And that was a super stupid move on my part, to finally relent and tell Blood, he could use it. That was dumb. I don't like putting a piece that's just like the exact same thing. But it wasn't like a painting. Like I've recreated people's drawings as a painting before, and I won't do that as a cover. But this was just a photograph. So that's how in my head I'm like, it was a picture. It's a 6-year-old painting. Whatever. As far as I was concerned,
how did
it was bottom of the barrel. It wasn't one of my favorite pieces, and it didn't particularly sell well as a print.
Is that one of is that kind of like your normal art style? You kind of do like a a middle piece and have like comic book pages in the back. I kind of see that. That's kind of been your art
So
style.
I put the comic book pages onto the canvas with wallpaper paste, and I let it dry, and then I paint a character on top.
Yeah, and which is, I mean, that's cool. I think it's cool. I dig it. And then I also see you do a lot of like mosaic type pieces, right?
Well, that's newer, and they take a lot longer. But I'm in a very nice position where I've been able to do these fan art mosaics. And then when I made these art books out of them, which I called like the mosaic manual or the, mosaic scrapbook, I was able to sell those books and buy myself the time to work on actual comic book covers. And I've been able to publish some actual covers instead of just these art books, which nobody wants to be pigeonholed as a guy that just does art books forever, and as long ago as August, I was like, I don't want to do these anymore. I started saying no to people, but the people who work with me the most, right? Come on, let's do another one. And it's just like,
well, yeah, because you do your own sequential comic art. You have a Kickstarter that you ran for your own comic, right? In the past, is that correct?
I did.
Yeah, so I could see you coming up with your own IP and stuff in the future. I mean, you also have a comic book store. Do you run a comic book shop, right, in Florida, Cowabunga Comics?
I don't run it anymore, but I still own it. Yeah, the wife
still own it?
She runs the place while I'm out of town, or she's kind of stepped in. I was going to close it down and just let it be my studio and be an online retailer again. And she needed the social interaction, especially with me leaving town so much. So.
Yeah,
we kept it open, and she took us. So she does all the ordering, and I have a little art desk. I'm at the shop right now. I have a little art desk here, but I'm not the day-to-day guy anymore.
Yeah,
but yeah, we own Cowabunga Comics in Florida.
So, can we talk a little bit about like how you do your paintings, especially this one? Because you said this is a painting, so you basically put down the. I
can grab one actually. I didn't even think about that beforehand. I'm gonna grab one and show you.
So this one, I really want to talk about.
This is a gallery wrap canvas. Can you see this?
Hold on 1 second. All right, go ahead.
Can you see this canvas?
Yeah.
And you see the sides of it where the pages are coming around? They're put on with wallpaper paste. So
exactly.
They're stuck to it. And then I paint right on top of it.
And you paint right on top of it. There we go. Yeah. So is that whole image painted from another image that you find, or is that out of
most of the time? It is not always, but most of the time, sure.
Yeah, because I'll be honest, man. I think the biggest problem that we had with this is the fact that it is an exact copy or duplicate, just flipped as a photo that is out there for many of the stuff that she did. I mean, it is perfect, dude. It is like. You look at it and strands of hair on it are the exact same. So do you start with that image and then paint over the top of that? Or are you looking at that image and painting it from your eye?
No, not for this one. This one, I gridded it out and painted it. This one was painted.
Yeah. It's very, very similar, man.
And
I think
I've got here, I know this is the long way around, but I can send you the
you can share me stuff. Yeah.
And put them in your Instagram.
Yeah.
Inbox. There's some close-ups of it. You can even see where the acrylic paint warped the page and got the comic book page. And if you look, there's like one of the buns of hair on the top. Yeah, you see it looks like a vein going through it. That's because the page rippled away from the canvas there when it got wet with the paint.
Yeah. It's just. I think if most people were to see the image that you put out as your piece, and then the image that we all saw, that we all took from that Deviant art page of this guy's photos, and it is exact, that I think most people would have the same thought process, that there's something going on here where, I mean, yeah, if you're just doing like a mosaic and you're taking, comic pages and putting them on a canvas and selling that as a print at a comic show, I'm cool with that. That's, kind of like art and that. But when you're putting it on a comic book and selling it as a comic book, as a variant cover, that's when it starts to be called into question, right? And I think that the IP infringement is the biggest thing that we're kind of been seeing in the whole comic book drama world as of late, right? We have the variants, the cosplay variants. You have the IP infringement on some of the stuff that Epic was called out on, right? I know you do a lot of you use a lot of these IPs, Mario in a lot of your stuff. You can see kind of where we're coming from when we say, hey, there's something going on here.
So if you were to walk through Artist Alley at Eddie Con, there'd be like 500 tables, and 400 and something of them will have a sketches or a print of IP that doesn't belong to them. Now, is every one of them committing like IP treason? Sure.
Yeah.
Right? But they're nobody. They're trying to get their... they're on the on ramp. They're trying to get it figured out. They dipping their toes in the water and they're trying to figure it out. Right. That's why Marvel doesn't go through the aisles and hand out cease and desists. Because if they did that, where would they get their next season of artists from?
Yeah. I agree.
So,
but this is a little
different from them. Is that I've worked with enough people, and I've had this absurd amount of momentum in the last year, where people went from nobody knows who I am to a lot of people know who I am, like me or not like me. A lot of people know who I am now. So when I look at an art book, you said comic; these are art books. There is a difference.
Does it say art book on them?
Difference.
Because I don't ever see you selling them as art books. They're not sold as art books from everything that I've seen. And
anytime somebody asks, well, what's in the book? What issue is it? It's not an issue. It's called the Collage Compendium or the Mosaic Scrapbook. And inside of the book is the progress. How do I make my mosaic? So there's progress shots of the mosaics inside the Mosaic Scrapbook. It shows you how the covers are made. It shows you when the wallpaper paste is still wet on the little pieces.
Do you specifically tell people that
anything?
Kyle, when you sell these, do you specifically tell them that these are art books when you sell them, or when somebody that buys them from you to sell, when you're wholesaling them out, do they specifically call them art books?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Now, if say I was going to go run a Whatnot show or an eBay Live show right now, and I've got 90% return customers, people that know what these are, and 10% that don't. If the chat doesn't respond to, if somebody new there is like, what is this? What issue is this? It's not an issue of anything. It's an art book. I might give it a name. The reason I give it a name is because when they get graded, you wanted to say Kyle Willis art book number 13, or you wanted to say Mosaic Scrapbook or Collage Compendium.
Is that how they grade them?
Cover on it, it'll say, like if I put Spider-Man on one, like there's one where I did recently when you guys talked last week about the Spider-Man with the headphones. I called it Headphones in Harmony Edition. I didn't call it Spider-Man Edition, because it's not, the word Spider-Man's not mine to put in the name.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Are these limited?
Yeah, they are. They're all hard numbered.
What is limited to you? What does that mean?
Well, what is limited to anything? You were talking about Ultimate Spider-Man a little while ago and how it's going to multiple printings. The Spider-Man with the headphones, there was 50 of them, and it sold out, and everybody still wanted one. So I said, do you want a second printing? They said, sure. So I did a second printing of 100 numbered copies, and on the Indica, it said second printing. Mm-hmm. They sold out, and I did the Japanese trade dress on it and did a third printing, and inside it says third printing. It's an art book that just kept spelling out.
Gotcha. I think that you're also a big comic fan, right? I mean, you.
Well, I wouldn't be alive if it wasn't for comic books. So yeah. I'm a fan.
Yeah.
I've loved comics since I was 12 years old when I first discovered them.
Yeah, I've seen you do a lot of McFarlane style homages, I guess. I love them. You're a big Spawn fan.
Yeah. Here's something I can share with you. Todd McFarlane saw this book and he thought it was pretty cool. When Nick GQ was having his little, attack on me, he made some emails or phone calls to Marvel about these books that I was going to have at New York Comic Con to try to upset my first appearance at New York Comic Con. And this is right after C2E2 2022. So the acetate gate thing had just happened.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So Marvel called, because I had listed it as a exclusive on NYCC's website, Marvel called the showrunner from NYCC and was like, what the heck is this? What is this? Is this another acetate gate? We need to know what's inside this book. So the showrunner, well, the person that sold me the table was like, my boss is going to call you. I gave him your phone number. And I was like, okay. So the guy calls me and he's like, what's in this book? And it was that book right there. I said, it's the progress photos of how the cover was made. It's made with thousands of little pieces of cut up comic books assembled to look like a piece, of iconic artwork from the comic book world. And he was like, oh, that sounds cool. I'm going to have to stop by and grab one, which, put a frown on Nick GQ's face. But they're aware of my work and they know who
what was
I
Nick
am.
GQ's?
That does not make it okay, but it's not like I think you're more worried about it than Marvel is.
Hey, Kyle, I'm not worried about it. Your name has come up a bunch of times ever since I started talking about this IP infringement in the world of comics and art. Your name has been the name that for most people that I talk to, your name is the one that they say, hey, this guy is doing this and I don't think it's a good thing. And I'm just being honest with you on that. It's been your name. So I'm not paying much attention to you. I'm paying more attention to the IP infringement thing. And here's why. Because the IP infringement thing is the scary part, right? If they come down on you, they're not just coming down on you. Well, they'll come down on you. I mean, and it's terrible. I mean, we've all heard stories of people getting cease and desist letters, and it's so scary that they think that they're going to lose their whole business, right? And which is everything for a lot of retailers in this game. So if they come down hard on you, not only they come down on you, they start seeing everybody else doing this stuff. And let's be honest, a lot of people are very close to the line when it comes to IP infringement in creating these art books, these sketch books, these variant things, or we wouldn't be talking about them. It's a big issue. I mean, you see that, right? Yeah. So that's kind of the thing. And, and honestly, I've been kind of doing some research on that. And it's scary when you do the research on it. It's scary what it says. For example, I saw this case that was done on a piece of art, a Prince photo. And there was this Prince photo that was taken by this photographer. And this Prince photo was then basically copied by Andy Warhol, okay? And put out into the world by Andy Warhol. He took the photo, an exact photo, and just totally, you could see how he copied it. And this guy, for years, was trying to take Andy Warhol to court. He takes him to court, and it finally, obviously Andy Warhol is dead, but it went to he's going after the estate, and it goes to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court basically says, yeah, we're ruling in the photographer's favor because this is not transformative. The reason why it's not transformative is because it's being done in the same avenues as the photographer, art exhibits, magazines. That's the same place where we're seeing the Andy Warhol stuff. And they're taking from each other. And so they ruled in favor of the photographer that Andy Warhol infringed on his IP. And that's the exact same thing, if you think about it, that's happening in the comic book world. You guys are selling these books that look like comic books. You say that you talk about them as art books every time that you sell them, or you have one of your people that you've done business with where you've given a bunch of them to tell them to do art books. And I'll take your word on that for now, but even if you're doing that, it's still pretty damn close to being in the same world as what DC and Marvel and Image and Nintendo and all these, Pokemon, all these other things are in this world. There's comic books of these characters. That's a fucking fine line, is it not?
Well, it's over the line. It's absolutely over the line. But I mean, you guys are coming at me now when the window you can only do this for so long. The window on this is closing for me because I'm like, in the Olympics when they're curling and they're letting go of the stone, I'm at that point where I'm done with these because they have served their purpose for me. I did enough of these that enough people I worked with it. Every time somebody said, "Yeah, you want to do something," before they even finished the sentence, yes, I said yes to as many people as I could. And yes, I worked with an Epic or a Nick GQ or a King Comics along the way, but I was able to bridge with a lot of people. And because of that, I'm getting actual cover work now. I'm working on a cover for San Diego Comic-Con right now. You were talking about Beneath the Trees. I got a Beneath the Trees. It's shipping April 4th.
Congrats, dude.
A cover for that book.
That's awesome.
And I'm very, very lucky that I could have been the guy that got the cease and desist at the Comic-Con, but I somehow made it through. I'm the sperm that got through, and now I'm actually being able to parlay that.
So does that mean that you
cover
don't
work? So I'm done with art books. Maybe not right this second, but before the year's over, you won't have to see another art book from me. That's pretty amazing. They're 100% over the line. But they did what they were supposed to do. They got me recognition. I'm not the best artist in the room. Sometimes you just have to be the loudest. Yeah. And my version of that is selling as many of these freaking art books as I could.
So what's your thought? So the way I'm kind of taking what you just said is that, you have some work that you had been working on before you came to this thought process, and it's kind of going through the pipes. Are you gonna and once that kind of ends through the pipes, you're gonna be doing your own stuff and no more of this because you see that, like you said, it's over the line. Is that kind of what I'm getting?
Of course.
That's awesome, dude.
I want, like the next time I do a Venom cover, I want it to be an actual Venom cover. Yeah. And I want to cross my fingers that I didn't seal off that avenue by fucking with their IP to begin with. I don't know if you could cuss on here.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Okay, you can.
Okay. So hopefully I haven't closed any of those doors, by standing atop that fine line, that razor thin line, and like you said last week, poking the foot over.
Yeah, and listen, man, none of this is about any of the art's subjective. We get that. I understand that art's subjective. And you said you're a shitty artist. Well, there's obvious people out there that think you're a great artist because they buy your work, right? I mean, that's
well, those are the people that I focus on. Mm-hmm. There's 160,000 people come to MegaCon because they're every year now, they've been, since COVID, they've been shattering their attendance records. Yeah. So if I'm lucky, I have 400 customers over that 4-day weekend. I don't go, man, there's 159,600 people didn't want to buy my artwork. You know what I mean? I don't do that. Yeah. And it, like, when you guys say, "Oh, this shit's trash," anybody that buys this, I mean, a fool and their money are soon parted. That doesn't bother me because I don't give you my energy, or anyone that doesn't like my stuff, my energy. I give my energy to the people that do, because they help me feed my family. Yeah. They help me do this thing that saved my fucking life and call it my job.
Yeah, I would hope not. Yeah,
I'm the luckiest person on the planet to be able to do.
Let's talk about the people who did get, kind of took it the wrong way, and that is Bloodhaven Knight. I know that he. That was one of your big things in your message to me, as you said that, he kind of took it wrong. And why do you think that is?
I think that Blood is young. He's going to hate me for saying this, but he's very naive, and he's very closed off. I think that he's been abused by people that he's worked with in the past. So he's a man of very few words. But I mean, you'll never hear this kid. I mean, I would sign over everything that I own to anyone that can tell me a negative thing he ever said about another human being. He goes home to his family when he's done with these cons, and to call him a grifter. I mean, this dude, if you would see him the way I see him, getting out of the shower and with his boxers on, there's comic tattoos all over this kid's body. Anytime he goes away and he makes a couple $1,000s and he goes home, he spends a couple bucks on himself and he gets a fucking tattoo, and then everything goes to his family. To say that this kid is some kind of a carpetbagging interloper or a grifter, you're wrong.
Would you?
I should have been a little more stern, because I initially told him no. Don't use that poison ivy. Yeah. I have like a folder on my computer with all the collage paintings I've ever done. He's like, "Oh, can we make a cover with that one?" And when he said that poison ivy, I was like, "Nah, it's not going to sell. Nobody wants that." But I was saying no because I knew it was like what you guys said it was.
Do you remember there was a few months? I think it may be a month, but a year ago or so, where he got into something where he used some AI art. They called him out on it.
It was AI art, and
I
saw it. I called him and I was like, you need to take that down. He didn't, when he had initially, like, I'm talking to you on my computer right now. And this is how he and I were talking when I called him about that AI cover. And I said, hang up, I'm going to call you from my phone. So I call him from my phone while I go to Discord and go to Midjourney, and I type in a prompt just so he could see how it's done and how fast it is and how there's no skill involved. And the kid was shook, you know. And I
he did. He had
about it. I was like, this is the parts of this that are a clear tell that this is AI.
He had a post where
not only did he pay somebody for that cover, but then he had already printed the books. I was like, you can't sell those books. You never in a million years can you sell those books. So, you know, and to a lot of the guys in the industry, burning $500, that's not that big of a deal, but it was a lot of money to him.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know what he paid this supposed artist, this prompter that made that cover, but
so
he
basically,
as soon as he found out that he was in the wrong, he took it down. He didn't sell them.
Basically, if you were seeing from our position, right? Like that's one of the things I try to do. Empathy is kind of looking at things from another person's perspective. If you were looking at it from our perspective, you see this kid do this AI thing, and then this kid gets involved in what looks like a complete copy of another photograph picture. I mean, I know you say you painted that and everything, but bro, that is like strand for strand similar, and so you get those two things that are happening. Those are grifter activities, Kyle. I don't know what to say other than, you know, that those are grifter activities, kind of going out there and what we think is going on, you know, and it's some of that stuff is kind of going on. You admitted to it. You were over the line.
Had you asked me what I thought you could have done differently, message him. I mean, I know it's freaking crazy a concept, but message him and be like, yo, what's the deal with this? How was this made?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. So. Hey, James, how you doing, brother? We just got done talking about your book. Congrats on that. So
it's a beautiful cover, man.
Yeah. All right. We'll let him join as he wishes. I don't know if he can hear us or not, or see us. James, can you hear us or see us? Not yet. We'll wait till he does.
We're getting close. Close, Jeff.
So yeah, man, I think that is kind of the issue here is, and you're right. We could have reached out to you, and most of the time I do that. But let's be honest here. This is also content creation. That's what I do here. You know, I create content. Whether people like it or not, I'm looking to create entertaining stuff. But I'm not going to step over the line and not allow you to come on here and you know, speak your piece. So I appreciate you doing that. And sure. I think that hearing some of that stuff from you kind of changes things. The fact that you kind of look at it as something that you needed to change, because I'll be honest, man, I see this type of activity as being something that is probably the biggest problem in comic books today. Especially with the AI art and stuff. And, you know, we see a lot of artists out there that feel pretty hardcore on the fact that they don't like that it's going on. And it is what it is. Zabit says, content creation, no research or fact checking. That's what we're doing right here, Zabit. That's what we're doing. I'm a YouTuber. I'm not a fucking a TV show host. I'm not I'm not a journalist. I'm a fucking YouTuber. This is what we do. This is how we do things. So if that's a problem, and I've seen you in here all the time, Zabit. So, you know, I appreciate you for that. So, do you guys have anything that you want to say to Kyle? Or any questions?
Hi, Kyle.
What's going on, brother?
Yes, no, maybe.
No questions.
Okay.
Saying hi to Kyle.
Okay. All right.
So how long have you been doing your art process? Just out of curiosity.
The painting over the comic book pages?
Yeah.
6 or 7 years. 2015. Wow. 2015. So 9 years. It goes so quick, dude.
How long have you had your comic book shop?
October 2nd was our second anniversary.
Nice. Nice. What you keep on saying that this saved your life? What does that mean?
That means that 12 years ago, 2011, I'm waiting tables at an Outback Steakhouse in Delray Beach, Florida. I'm shooting up Roxy's and drinking myself to sleep every night. Rinse, repeat, And I saw an opportunity for a digital art internship in Jacksonville, Florida. It was 2 months. They pay you to learn, and then they'll make an offer to you after the 2 months if you wanted to stay on board. And I came up to Jacksonville and stayed there, and I learned how to do post work for a 3D pornographic comic book firm. And I didn't stay with them after the 2 months, but in those 2 months that I was in Jacksonville, I met a woman who didn't want me to go back to South Florida, let's say.
Yeah.
And I moved in with her and played artist and threw as many things against the wall, hoping one of them would stick. And the one constant in my life was comic books. And when I started to actually make money, I started collecting again. And then I started doing graphic design work for comic book companies that were, I didn't understand it at the time, but the whole concept of an online only retailer. I was meeting these guys at Comic Cons, and I'm like, where's your store at? Oh, we don't have a store. What? How does that work? You had a store exclusive. They're all online comic shops. And I started doing graphic design work for them in trade for comic books. So where I can't afford a $60 Virgin trade set, but I can make your CGC slab mock-ups, or I can make they had a new idea, Scorpion Comics, when they started making COAs. That was me. I made every COA that they ever had until that company imploded, or until Venom the End came out with the flag over Venom, the Clayton Crane.
Yeah.
And they paid me in books. And next thing you know, I had so many books that I was selling on the side that when COVID happened, the lion's share of my income switched from being artwork to all these comic books started to sell. I was selling comic books so fast because people started getting these stimulus checks and unemployment, and they were stuck in their homes, and all the money that they were used to spending at the strip club, at the bar, at the football game, at the hot dog stand, they would spend on stuff that brought them fulfillment in their own home, namely comic books. And then I had to open up a Diamond account, and it just snowballed, but
do you guys sell like new issues and stuff at your shop, or do you just do back issues? You sell new issues, and so that's interesting that you said that you were thinking about shutting it down, and now here you are. You're selling new issues. Do you have box holders and all kinds of stuff like that?
We got we got everything here. We got comic supplies. Yeah,
that's interesting, man. Congrats. That's
comics hanging on the wall behind me.
Yeah, that's very cool. Yeah. And I got to be honest.
We got 1,700 square foot here.
Yeah, I got to be honest. You coming on here and stating that, yeah, man, you see it, you see what it is, and you see it for that it is over the line, and that it's something that you don't want to get, you don't want to screw something up that you have going on here. That I got some respect for that. So I appreciate.
The Beatles started out as a cover band. Okay,
Amen.
They're the biggest band that ever existed, and they started playing covers of American rock and roll songs to get the people dancing. Yeah. And that's how they got their start. Now, if they went on their first tour and they were still all playing covers, that shit would be shady as hell. What the hell's going on? So at a certain point, they had to let it go, and that's where I'm at. Now, I'm not going to ever be as big of an artist as the Beatles were musicians, but there's a lot of correlation there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
what is your thought process on, because, you talk about Bloodhaven and stuff like this, and you call him the kid and this and that. And I think one of the most important things that a comic shop owner or a comic mentor can do for somebody of the young is kind of guide them. And do you plan on kind of guiding more people that maybe are doing this type of thing into maybe saying, hey, I was straddling that line really close, and it's something that maybe shouldn't happen, or you're just gonna kind of like just stop doing it?
I would prefer to keep working with Blood, but provide him with exclusives to sell when he's yelling at his phone, instead of finding more artists who are willing to do art books because
Hell
it's
yeah.
easy and they don't have a minimum order quantity print run.
Hell yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Hell yeah.
So,
very cool.
you know,
I respect that.
Does art books with Nate Melendez also, but I don't want Nate Melendez to do art books. I want him to do covers. And I
Yeah.
want to get him on as many covers this year as I can.
Yeah.
You know, same with Gorkum Demir. It's a little harder with the communication breakdown with the language barrier there, because I was telling him at MegaCon, I was like, this art book shit is over. We can't do this. We can't keep doing this because your name is too big now and nobody's going to take you seriously. It takes away from your legitimacy. And he's like, oh, but it's the money. And I'm like, I know, bro. I know this is, you know, you come over here for a month, you make money and you take it home and it sustains you in your country. But we got to get on regular books, man. You know?
Yeah. Yeah. Amen. Well, that's good shit, Kyle. Thank you for jumping on here and talking about this. It didn't go the way I expected, and I appreciate that. And as a matter of fact, you know, maybe in the future, you know, if we see each other at a con or there's a situation where we can, you know, buy each other a drink, it doesn't have to be alcoholic. You know what I mean? So, amen, brother. Good shit.
Cool.
Anybody else?
Don't be afraid to stop by the booth.
All right.
What did you see, James?
Hey, I was gonna say, thanks for jumping on and not just blocking us on Instagram.
Yeah.
Or whatever social media, because that's what happens to most people that we talk about.
Well, I got a lot thicker skin than most people. You know, I thought your show, I had some of y'all blocked because y'all were on, they're not on the show today, but like the Nemesis guy was on Pressable Defects when they were, you know, giving Nick a platform to just spew lies about me. And I didn't think that was very cool. So I didn't want to give him the opportunity to even see my shit. I unblocked him because he was on your show and I expected to see him tonight. And I didn't want him to come on here not having been able to look at my Instagram, but he's not here.
Yeah.
You got my other mortal enemy here instead, who's been pretty quiet. So
Who's that, Josh?
Yeah.
I guess that's me.
Josh and Kyle don't get along?
No. Well, I mean, you want to talk about grifters. That's how I see him.
Why is that?
Oh, okay.
Because he tried to price gouge me for a book that he knew that I needed when he started collecting international comic books, and he jumped in the group, and it was very apparent that I needed this book. He secured a copy. He tried to charge me, you know, more than 5 times the going rate, and I said, "Don't you ever message me again," and I blocked him on Facebook. So
wow,
he's been hater, you know, drinking the haterade ever since.
Hey, man, someone else paid that price, so I don't know what to tell you.
You don't have to tell me anything. But thanks for having me. Thanks for being democratic. James, it's always nice to see you. I really don't know any of you guys. Red Hood, I guess he'll have his commentary after I bump out of the room. So you guys have
I don't. I've been kind of out of the loop. I mean, I'm just taking it all in. Like, if I heard you say something I didn't agree with, I would definitely comment, you know.
So no news is good news. I like that.
Yeah,
I like
man. Like I don't.
Yeah,
I only start shit with people where it's personal to me, you know, like like CGC pumping out 9.9s and shit like that. It just irritates the shit out of me. Like, unless you talk shit about me, then I get involved. But you know, other than that, man, I'm just, I hear things. I comment on things I don't agree with in the hobby. This whole AI thing, like I definitely don't agree with at all. I want artists to be artists, and you know, there's a lot of complexity in this thing, you know. And that's that. Like, but I don't look to pick fights. People always try and fuck with me. You know what I mean? Like, and there's
I've seen it multiple times.
Yeah,
Hood likes AI boobs.
I got that face that people just like, man, I don't like that guy, man. That's a fucking asshole. And I was like, man, you know, but you know, shout out to you for like kicking your habit and turning your life around, and you know, you're starting to get a legitimate comic books done, and good for you, bro. Like, but
thank you.
You know, that's
that.
Yeah, I'm not gonna wait till somebody gets off and say, "Oh, that dude's a piece of shit." You know, it's like, you know what I mean? Like,
Good shit.
you know, like all these guys know me. Like, if I got something to say, like I have no filter. Like, and I'm a disruptor. Like, I love coming on Bryan's show and just, you know, it's very therapeutic. You know, just and these guys allow me to kind of, you know, tell a story of shit. People picking on me at half price books and shit like that. And man, like, because I try and tell my wife some of these stories, she's like, I don't want to hear it. You probably are the one that did this shit. And, you know, but, yeah, man, like, you know, more power to you. I hope everything works out for you. I don't wish anything bad on anybody. You know, it's just like life is a grind. You know,
and I'll be in touch through messages, brother. So go have a good night, and thank you again for coming on, man.
I'm out. Have a good one.
Appreciate it. All right.
See you, Kyle.
All right. Very interesting. That was interesting. That was interesting. The last little part too. Holy shit.
Yeah, I guess he doesn't like the free market.
Yeah. Well, all right. We're not done with comic book drama alert tonight, you guys. We have a long comic book drama alert tonight.
Man, that guy Kyle Willis, let me tell you something about him. Did you guys see this shit?
I did.
Yes.
Marvel now crediting Roy Thomas as a co-creator of Wolverine. Now, if you remember the other night, what show was it? Was it the Hot 10 where we were trying to figure out what was the no, it was I think the Wednesday show where we were talking about that one guy who had the CGC what was that guy called, Hood?
I don't know. Who's DZ Comics and Spec? Who's that guy?
What was it? It was the presser. Who's the presser guy? Comic book presser?
No, I was looking in the chat, and he said, Red Hood, your 15 minutes are up. I was like, okay.
Who was that? There we go, the comic book presser. All right, this is what it was. So this guy put up this the other night. You remember this? He says...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. He's able to get a... So this guy says this. A customer hit him up and asked him, so as a CGC signature facilitator... You can crack out comics certified with the yellow signature series label and retain the authenticity. And he told the customer, absolutely, but only if the comic is going straight to another signing event. And here's a Hulk 181 signed by Stan Lee, Herb Trimp, and Len Wein. And it's going to another signing event. And it's going to retain, and they'll probably press it, and it'll either retain or go up and, grade. And they're getting it signed by somebody. And I thought to myself, who the hell are they getting this to get signed by? Right? Ramita's gone. Len Wein's gone. Herb Trimp's gone. Stan Lee's gone. Who are you getting to sign this thing? And sure enough, it's Roy Thomas. That's absolutely crazy to me, man. So it says here...
At least it's not Hugh Jackman.
Yeah.
I was going to guess it was Hugh Jackman.
I was pissed. There was talk about that, and I was like, if somebody gets that fucking book signed by them, I mean, Stan Lee.
I can see getting like a facsimile or like the reprint of 181.
Yes.
I could see that getting that done by Hugh Jackman. That'd be pretty cool. But doing on a original 181 might be a little sacrilege.
Yeah,
I saw someone doing that at ECC in like 2017, 2018. They had a 4X signature Hulk 181, and they were getting it cracked and signed by Hugh Jackman.
Here's my problem with this. Stan Lee already ruined this by taking up the whole HULK. If you guys don't know how Wolverine is normally signed, and by the way, when I found out that this is how Wolverine 181s are normally signed, I specifically told Len Wein and Herb Trimp not to sign there. So Len Wein would sign in the L, Herb Trimp would sign in the H, right? And then, is that right? Am I right about that? And where would Ramita sign?
I never thought of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Stan Lee took up the whole freaking thing. So Len had to sign on the K, and Herb had to sign on the bottom. So, but anyways, it made me wonder who is still alive to do that. And here we go. It's Roy Thomas. Wolverine was created for Incredible Hulk 180. Look at that. There you go, everybody. Cry. by writer Len Wein, designed by John Romita Sr. and drawn by Herb Trimpe back in '74, before the character was picked up by Len Wein for Giant Size X-Men #1. But it seems that this is changing. Former Marvel Comics joint editor-in-chief, DC Comics senior editor, and current Webtoon editor Bobby Chase has posted on Facebook that, quote, recently, my friend and Len Wein's widow, Christina Velada, got a call from Marvel executive David Bogert informing her that the upcoming Wolverine and Deadpool movie coming out this July, Roy Thomas will now be credited as the co-creator with Len Wein and John Romita Sr., and David said it's a done deal. I was standing in Christine's kitchen this past Sunday as she told me about the phone call. Of course, Christine is seriously concerned about Len's legacy. Len was profoundly important to this comic book industry, and that legacy is being changed for the worse 6 years after his death. So they're just going to change this. This is weird. Isn't this kind of weird? Doesn't this seem weird?
Yeah.
It says here, Roy Thomas was then editor-in-chief at Marvel, but such contributions are not normally considered in the creator credit stakes. And she, with the help of her husband Craig and their friend Car D'Angelo, have been doing some digging. Quote, Roy and his manager submitted a piece to CBR for their online publication, which they published in February of 2019. It says here, it looks like the article submitted to CBR was a piece that JC wrote on his blog early in 2018, only a few months after Len had died. It's entitled Weapon X Explained. Wolverine co-creator reveals the truth behind its origin. It might be worth noting that this was done years after Herb died, 2 years after Len died, and 3 months after Stan died. In this piece, Roy finally, quote, uncovers the real story of Wolverine's origin. That is kind of weird. All the original creators die and then you put this out, right? Like, if this wasn't Roy Thomas, who is a legend in comics, I would almost feel like this is that Rob Liefeld thing with Deadpool, where that guy, that nutcase came out of nowhere and said he created Deadpool. You know, that's kind of what this feels
Brian,
like.
Brian, let me get this straight. Do you think Roy Thomas had something to do with their deaths?
I love you, Hood. I do.
Drama!
It says here that, as Roy says in that article, he suggested the name and asked that the character be Canadian. But is that creatorship? ? So because he created the name and asked that it be, he suggested a name and asked that the creator be Canadian, he's saying he is a creator. That's interesting. I mean, this is weird stuff. This is all crazy.
Yeah. I mean, it's all kind of just hearsay, right? Because no one's alive that would probably
Roy
be able. Well, I mean, besides him,
yeah.
You know, no one else that was involved with Wolverine in that beginning stage is alive that would be able to be like, yeah, you know what, this did happen, or no, this didn't happen. Like,
yeah. Even if Roy could have contributed as much as to the character as Len, should he get the credit? Does contributing a name and a country of origin mean he deserves a percentage of the creator equity when he was on staff at the company? Does Marvel now deserve a split, as they would then be co-creators, having hired the editor now taking credit? Marvel is the new character's owner in this particular case, and in most cases 100%. Character equity in no way implies that creators own any part of the character. This is going to be a very interesting case going forward, man. And I see a lot of people talking about Dave Cockrum too, because, you know, that's another rabbit hole you can go down with the X-Men and him, you know, like, you know, Giant Size X-Men 1 was what Wolverine's third appearance, and where he gets most of his, that's where he starts becoming Wolverine. So that was a lot of Dave Cockrum stuff, right? Anyways, this is crazy. So we'll see how it what happens going forward, but Roy Thomas, editor, right there. So I could see people getting, like, if there's people out there that go to get this book signed by everybody that is, you know, including the editor and obviously, you know, Stan Lee. So it's a very interesting thing, man. Maybe I'm changing how I feel about it as we talk about it, which is the reason for this segment. Bronze Age Nerd says, I mean, if he named him, then yes. So, but isn't there that story out there with Foom? What is that Foom? Remember that? Yeah. So what about this guy that sent this in to Foom? This is Foom magazine number 2. He sent this in, and I guess they were asking people to create characters, and this is what the guy sent in. He sent that he has like a metal body, and it says here, real name unrevealed, identity human, android, or cyborg. And then he says he powers and abilities. He appeared to be some sort of cyborg possessing unknown mechanical organs and steel hidden beneath his artificial skin. Any powers this Wolverine may have had a largely unrevealed and speculative. The character Wolverine was revealed in a contrast entry submitted by Andy Olson. The character was one of the runners-up that lost to a character called Human Sapien, created by Michael Barreo. Comments created by Andy Olson. So does this guy get?
Yeah, I was gonna say, is he a co-creator?
Yeah, right. This guy should be a co-creator
that's his
now.
name, right? Wolverine.
Yeah,
Andy got fucked over, bro.
Yeah.
And how did Roy Thomas name him if this guy named him?
Exactly. That's a great point.
I can't wait for all those 90s creators to start getting credits for like random characters.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna happen, bro. It's gonna happen. That's for sure. All right, we've got some more goodies to talk about here. Hold on. Let me close all these. All right. This is kind of shitty right here. I know that there's a lot of people out there that don't like the Comicsgate crew. Every time I bring any of them up, I see you. I see you guys out there in the chat. I get it. But this is a very interesting story that's happening right now over at C2E2. So the CG guys bought a booth. Shane Davis, who is one of the artists that's associated with the Comicsgate guys, bought a booth at C2E2. And he told the people at C2E2 that he was going to have guests at the booth, and who those guests were. And it was Ethan and John Malin. And so a week before, or 5 weeks before, it was supposed to... The con is supposed to go down, and as they're getting ready to go to the con, they get notified that they are banned from the con, which is very interesting. And if you guys follow like comic creators on Twitter, this is being talked about pretty heavily on Twitter and stuff. But I'm going to play this for you guys because I want you guys to see this. This is pretty interesting. Here we go.
Just tossed it back.
I can do it. I can do it. I don't know if you want to do it. I can do it.
I can do it.
So this is, of course, John Malin. We all know John over here, and Shane Davis. This is he's the guy that did that badass Valiant variant that we talked about on the Hot 10 the other night. That was sold for so high, and he also did that
first Punk Mambo book.
Yeah, yep. He did that cover. So this is that artist. He's probably the best artist out of him, and Aaron Lopresti are probably the best artists in that whole Comicsgate crew, I would think.
Or you can do it. It doesn't really matter. So everybody knows we were lined up and going to C2E2. We did the CG triple threat and all that stuff. I had a phone call. For some reason, Reed wanted to get off record, and had a phone call with him. Some things were said.
What is Reed, for those that don't know?
No, Reed is the company that runs C2E2, New York Comic Con,
Reed Pop,
Emerald City Comic
Reed Pop.
Con, maybe one other one.
Like the number 2, 3, maybe 4 top shows in the United States.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and to preface this, me and John, I really should have started with it. We basically went through every channel and every handler that we've gotten passed off to, and I went back and looked at emails, and we were kind of guided into filling out our paperwork the way we did, and we basically done every single thing Reed's asked of us, and
dotted our I's, crossed our T's, said our prayers at night.
Yeah, may the Lord keep our soul to keep all that stuff, and all of a sudden there was like a sudden, we have to get on the phone. We have to get on the phone. And I was like, okay, this isn't good. So took a phone call with them, and they first tried to say that I basically did things wrong and broke the terms of service, which I said, no, you guys gave me badges, and John and Ethan and other people are going to get badges because the booth comes with like 10 badges. The exhibitor's booth.
Right. Ideally, it's Shane's booth, and we are his guests because they can only have one name on a booth. That's how it was explained to us, because initially it was Shane and I going in there, and it was going to be Secret Door and 9 Lives Comics on the booth, and they said, well, we can only have one. So I just said, Shane, put yours on there.
To be specific, the reason it could only be one is because they had to write one invoice. So that was how I look back. That's how we.
Is that sound about normal, James, when you get a booth, or is it just for exhibitors that they do that, where they only allow one person?
I didn't catch all of that.
Okay.
So they're only saying one person per booth, because that's irregular.
Yeah. Well, so basically, so just basically to run you through what happened real quick is they're being told that they can't give badges to certain people. They're not letting him hand out those badges to Shane, or Ethan and John.
Well, put it this way, like, so say you and Bird City were doing a booth at whatever con, like, would it just be Bird City's name on the booth, or would it be Hive's name on, or is it both of y'all?
Generally, it's only one name, but as far as badging goes, artists usually get 2 badges. They can always apply for more if they have assistants or helpers or whatever. The conventions don't usually put limits on badges per booth.
All right, so check this out. This is crazy.
My badge for C2E2 is coming from an artist. I didn't even have to ask. It was like, hey, you need a badge, you going? So
yeah. All right, so check this out. Here we go.
I did into it just being consolidated into one LLC, which would have John said just use yours. It didn't really matter.
And that was because Shane already had the contact there, so Shane was already further in discussion than I was. So
yeah, it really didn't matter whose LLC it went to because we were both talking to them at the same time. It was just like, just use yours. So here we are now with a different person saying that I broke a rule, and I'm explaining to them, no, I didn't. They're just guests of the booth. And I'll be quite honest with everybody. Then the conversation switched to harassment.
Ooh.
The accusations of they have a no harassment clause, and they can't have people attending the con of harassment and stuff like that. And that I would be getting a refund for the booth, and a letter would be following shortly. There was really not a lot else that could be said because the other part didn't stick, like we did everything they asked us to do.
Right. So while you were on the phone talking about that we had done something wrong, and when you went and challenged that, that's when they kind of flipped the whole conversation into a harassment clause on their code of conduct.
Right. It switched to that.
So basically what they're saying now is that their code of conduct rule pertains to your whole life. If you've ever harassed anybody or said something on, like Twitter that could be confirmed as or construed as harassment, you're not allowed at the con. So that's the first thing, right? Which is, whatever. It is what it is. It's cheesy. It's
Man, that's not fun.
Yeah. But here's the other thing, and it was brought up on a panel when they were talking about this live the other night. One of the panelists said, you should ask them to give you examples of said harassment. Show examples, and if they can't show examples, then it's kind of and ultimately what ended up happening through all this stuff is the guys were like, hey, we're not going to go to a con that we aren't wanted at, so we're just not going to go. So we're just going to go hang out. We'll go rent out a bar or something and let all of our fans come and hang out with us in Chicago, and that's what we'll do, which I think is a lot. I mean, I would have loved to seen them be at C2E2 because I know a lot of people are going to C2E2 and they wanted to go to see those guys who don't normally go to a convention, the people that like them. But I think it's very interesting that now they're saying this. So what's going to happen when other artists who may have, things in their past that look anything like harassment, if they're harassing somebody that they don't like, are they going to still say, no, you can't come in because you're harassing somebody? It's going to be very interesting to see how this plays out, and if other artists, get stopped because they've harassed people in the past or something that has come up as taken as harassment. It's very interesting.
Are they going to allow Clayton Crane to go to C2E2?
Yeah, because is that part of the what is that thing they called it again? The that they couldn't have anything in their whole life.
Didn't he harass that guy's wife?
Yeah. Well, he that's something.
He
code of
harassed
conduct.
the shit
That's
out
what
of
it is.
her.
Code of conduct policy. Yeah. Is that against the code of conduct policy? Taking, having an affair with another guy's wife, is you could put up a lot of things that you could say. Is that against the code of conduct policy? And it's going to be very interesting if they continue this to other people, because if they don't, I think it'll look bad on them. It'll look like, they're trying to cancel somebody. Yeah. Yeah. Again, Lord Tatman Comics says Mark Brooks openly threatened EVS on YouTube. Is he allowed? That's a great point. Mark Brooks, is he going to be there? It's very interesting. And a lot of people are talking about it. You can see it's all over Twitter. So this is from Mark Brooks specifically. Mark Brooks says in a past quote, he says, "I'm gonna take all this weight I gained and beat your fucking ass." And so people are putting his quotes out. So it's very interesting, man. Very interesting. So we'll see how that all plays out in the future. But
oh man, fights happening at Comic Cons.
Yeah, yeah, man.
I'm sure it'll really happen.
I mean, that's sexual harassment, beating somebody's ass. I mean, right?
Yeah.
I mean, some people would get off on it, but not me. Not me.
Have you guys been paying attention? Okay, so now we're gonna get into the biggest comic drama of the week.
There's more, bro?
Oh, bro, this is big comic drama, my friend.
Hey, and you know what, dude? I don't think Josh overcharges anybody, man. I always get good deals from Josh,
Amen.
bro.
Amen.
He's just salty, okay? You know what? Well, Brian's pulling this up. This is what... So the book he wanted to buy was the Filipino ASM 300, which is like the rarest ASM 300. There's like only 40 copies known to exist of this book. I paid over $1,000 just to get that book. And when I wanted to sell it, I asked for $3,000. He told me to fuck off, and he blocked me. And then 5 minutes later, somebody else bought it. Sounds like the free market.
Yeah.
Oh man, and then for the price
because
you
he
paid,
didn't want to pay for it, I'm a grifter. But the other person that bought it like this was beyond happy.
I mean,
I got to give Kyle credit. Kyle is putting grifter and I'm salty in the chat. So,
but that's 5 times the price, right?
Yeah,
like,
I want an Action Comics 1 for 10 cents.
I got to give him credit.
You know,
at least he's willing to.
I will say this about Kyle, and it's something that I have always loved about him as long as I've known him, which is just a couple of years, but he's a straight shooter, man. He'll tell you exactly what's on his mind, what he's thinking. So, and whether that's right or wrong, it's his hill. It's his hill, but you know where you stand with him. Which I wish more people were like that. I wish you knew how you stood with people more often.
Mm-hmm. All right, so the biggest comic drama of the week, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, this one hurts. This one hurts. You guys have heard me talk about comic kayfabe quite a bit. I don't know Jim Rugg or Ed Piskor. I don't know what type of people they are, what type of, how they are looked at in the comic book industry. But I do know that cartoonist kayfabe is one of the best comic book content out there. I mean, it's just excellent. And it's very historical. It's really good. And multiple women have come out now to accuse Ed Piskor. If you guys don't know who Ed Piskor is, he's one half of Cartoonist Kayfabe, him and Jim Rugg. They're both comic creators, artists, and creators. Ed is famous for the Hip Hop Family Tree stuff and X-Men Grand Design. And, of course, what's the murder one? Red Room or whatever? Yeah. So, I mean, a big creator here. And supposedly what happened is a chick, him and a chick started talking over Twitter, and he started kind of grooming her. She put out these posts. She came out and she said, I don't fucking like sex pests. I don't like creepy old... This is what she put out just the other day. I don't like fucking sex pests. I don't like creepy old men who think that they have the ability to play around with malleable young girls with no real grasp on the situation because their predator have a successful career in comics. If anyone would like to see further evidence of this, just DM me. I don't have a problem posting the rest of the screenshots, but I don't feel the need to share it in extensive detail for hours and hours. Ed could argue and say that this, quote, was not his intention or that he was just being friendly. I find nothing normal or friendly about a 40-year-old man asking a high school girl about her classes, calling her a good girl, naughty girl, etc., asking her to come visit him, saying he will be partners in crime, and asking if I'll snitch or not. Like, what the fuck? This is not a cancellation of Ed Piskor. I'm just telling you the truth about this person. The truth that a lot of other cartoonists are aware of. Who I know for fact are aware of that Ed Piskor likes, quote, or likes capitalized young girls, and he will try to use his fame to get them to FaceTime him and give him attention or make them come and stay with him. I don't know if this has been if this has worked for him, but it doesn't matter. This behavior is disgusting. This is me saying what happened in 2020 to 2021, and if this happened to you, you're not alone, unfortunately. I need a t-shirt. And she just goes on. So she released all their conversation, and as you can see here,
damn, bro.
Yeah. And oh man, listen, I don't understand how these guys that have any sort of fame at all would even fuck around like this. Like, this is suicide, by stupidity in this world, if I've ever seen one. And now this guy looks like a complete fucking creep, and he probably is a fucking creep. You know what I mean? Like, how do you... I don't... You guys know I hate cancel culture, but at some point, like, when this stuff comes out, it's hard to put up any type of, like, oh, he's a good dude. He's not a fucking good dude. He's talking to a fucking 17-year-old girl.
No, you got him all wrong.
Yeah. So this one really hurts me because, I'm being very, very unfavorable to the victim here, but really bums me out. And now Cartoonist Kayfabe is done because, of course, Jim Rugg put out a statement that said, in light of this past week's shocking revelations, I find it necessary to reevaluate my professional associations to ensure they align with my values of respect and integrity. Therefore, I have ended my working relationship with Ed Piskor. I mean, those
Bro,
are...
what a name to have, dude.
Ed Piskor, right?
You know what I mean? Like,
if Ed Piskor was born in any hardworking city, where would it be?
What if his name was Dick?
It would be Pittsburgh, and he was born in Pittsburgh. That sounds like a Pittsburgh name, right? Piskor. Ed Piskor.
No, what if his name was Dick Piskor? That'd be bad.
This shit's crazy, dude. Fantagraphics put out a thing. Fantagraphics, Ed Piskor, and Jim Rugg have decided not to publish the variant. Oh, this is when they did the mouse. They got in trouble for doing a mouse variant, which was really stupid back in the day for Fantagraphics for that. But yeah, man, this is crazy, dude. And everybody's just going after Ed Piskor now, and rightfully so. At some point, piss poor, says Eugene and Young. Yeah, Ed Piss Poor. That is fucking crazy, dude. Oh, man, big bummer.
Go talk to a woman, bro.
He at one point he tells her, like, listen to what he tells her. He tells her, this is crazy what he says. He tells her, like, if me and you were to go rob a house, you wouldn't tell on me, would you? Like, what? Like, what? What are you talking about?
Oh, where he says, like, you wouldn't snitch or whatever?
Yeah, you wouldn't snitch on me, would you? Like, dude, that's
creepy
weird.
because that you can kind of put together what he's trying to say there without saying it.
Yeah. Manny the comic creator said Ed Piskor pissed away his career. Yes, he fucking did. Oh, and she did bait him. By the way, you guys, if you read the thing, she definitely was baiting him. I mean, she deserves some shame too, because she was totally baiting him. If you read the whole thing, it was not cool. So fuck her too for doing it, and she knew she was doing it. That's not cool either. But
so we're disavowing both
disavowing
parties?
both. Oh yeah. It's really. I mean, she tells the things that she tells him. I'm gonna see if I can find the whole thing here to show you. He asked her, "Are you 17 or 18? I'm gonna be so mad if you say 17 because this crushes me at that age." Let's see here. She said at one point something she says is totally like what the fuck? Where is it? The screenshot Instagram showing Molly right on Twitter. Is this it? Oh, they took the post down. Look at that. So it's very interesting. We'll see how this plays out, man. But yeah, definitely seeking attention at 37 on a 17-year-old. He is in the fucking wrong, man.
Yeah, because he messaged her right first.
There's what she said. She says at one point, "I'm a slut for line work."
Because I thought what happened was that he posted something on Instagram and then she liked it and then
vice versa.
Messaged.
Oh yeah.
Like that.
I think it's vice versa. I think she posted something, he liked it, she messaged him.
Oh, okay. Is that what it was?
JLS Comics says Brian sends me messages like that too. I keep telling him not to stop.
Hey Brian, if you wanted me to rob a house with you, bro, I would snitch.
Volsey says age of consent in Pennsylvania is 16, which is also fucked up. Yeah, it's not about laws. It's about that he fucking did it. I'm sorry, that's creepy. That's fucking. Well, I don't care. Listen, that's the same reason that people say that like guys who are in their 70s dating a 21-year-old is fucking creepy. That like she's legal, but it's still fucking creepy and wrong. It's like, oh.
But I mean, like, so in Texas, the consent age here is like 17 or whatever. But there's more to the law that most people leave out, where it's like with parent consent.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ed
like,
Piskor's dad.
I mean, I don't know what the laws are in Pennsylvania. I'm not a lawyer.
They're allowed to watch.
But I mean, people always leave that like whatever the extended part of the law is. You know what I mean? Like where you just hear the first part and then stop reading, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, there's more to the law, but you know.
Well,
it's still, it's still disavow.
What is this? Hold on, let me see this.
Jersey to the Bay, but
Munhall, but he is nationally known.
All right, look at this. This is kind of
This is his dad.
I don't know if this is his dad, but I think it is. Let me see.
Adamantly defending his son. Now, Pisker is from Munhall, but he is nationally known for his work as a cartoonist on Marvel Comics. He was scheduled for a show right here downtown until the Pittsburgh Cultural Trust postponed that show after accusations of sexual misconduct.
All I'm going to tell you is a bunch of
Ed Pisker's father was emotional when I spoke to him at his Munhall home, defending his son after accusations that the famous cartoonist, seen here previously at his Munhall studio, sent inappropriate messages to a girl in 2020 when she was 17. The messages she recently shared and claims are from Pisker show him commenting on images of her work, calling her a naughty girl and writing, quote, "I feel like you'd be a good partner in crime. You're not a snitch, are you?" The woman claimed online she was being groomed. Ed Pisker Sr. says no way.
He has never, ever been in trouble. Ever in his 40 years of living.
And attorney Phil DeLacente says the messages aren't criminal.
The age of consent in Pennsylvania, notwithstanding corruption of a minor, is 16 years old.
But those messages triggered others to come forward and his show downtown to be postponed. A statement from the Cultural Trust reads, "The Pittsburgh Cultural Trust learned on Sunday of allegations of misconduct made by an individual against artist Ed Pisker, whose work was scheduled to be on exhibition at 707 Penn Gallery starting April 8th, 2024. The Trust takes the allegations very seriously and decided yesterday to postpone the exhibition indefinitely."
This is really one of those situations that in this cancel culture, what happens is you're canceled before the insinuations are determined as fact or fiction.
We attempted to talk to the woman who posted the messages, but she was not interested. We tried to talk to Pisker too, but we couldn't reach him. His father, however, spoke out.
I'll tell you this, he's totally innocent.
It's unclear at this point whether Pisker's show, scheduled here at the 707 Gallery, will be rescheduled.
Yeah, this shit is crazy.
You know what
dude.
else is fucked up? Is how would you like to be like his dad? Because I guarantee you that was like, he had no idea about any of that, and that was the first time he had ever heard about that. So like, I don't know. I think that's so fucked up when news places do shit like that.
Hey, my buddy Doom. What's up, Doom? He goes, Babe Ruth married a 15-year-old, and he's an American icon.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it was kind of crazy. I was watching a show the other night, and one of the panelists brought up the fact that a lot of like the big artists at the time in like the 1800s of like France and stuff, and like all the greatest artists at the time were trying to get Europe to drop the consent law to below 15. It was already at 15, and they were trying to get it to drop below 15, and they were all like the greatest artists at the time. It was very weird, man. It was like, what the fuck is going on here? And I'm sorry.
Why would that girl wait like 3 years to pursue this?
Well, that's another question. I mean, again, she deserves some shame too, for leading him on. But I mean, you get into that weird thing. Like somebody's going to take that quote that I just made and be like, Bryan's not thinking about the victim here and this and that. Go read those all the tweets and all the things that she says to him, and she's dropping the same little hints that he's dropping. It's very fucking obvious. So yeah, it's kind of weird that she waited that long, but she's a comic artist too. That's true. She's in the industry. So if what she says is true, and that there's other girls out there, supposedly there's multiple girls that have come out. It said multiple girls. So we'll have to keep our eye on it. But holy shit, man, that's tough.
I mean, that wouldn't really be shocking, I guess, because if that's how you are, it probably doesn't just stop at one. So
yeah, that's for sure. All right, hold on. I've got, speaking of underage shenanigans.
Hey, drop Ed Pisker, drop the link dude, and see if he'll come on.
Have you guys seen this? Yeah, I don't think he's going to jump on.
Anyway.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to jump on. But shout out to Kyle Willis for jumping on. Fuck yeah. Wander Franco, a 2023 Topps Big League social media follow back.
Oh my god.
If you guys remember about these, we talked about these when they came out. They're cards that were inserted into
the
main what comment?
The what if it's Chris Hansen and he's trying to bait Wander to make a good episode?
So if you guys don't know what these are, Topps Big League basically is their kids line of cards. They make these for kids. And they put in special one-of-one cards for their favorite players' follow back. So like there's a Mike Trout, and if you pull the Mike Trout will follow you on social media. The Wander Franco follow back sold for $222 on February 5th. That is
so
fucking
valid.
Bro, that card is up there with that other card. What's that other card, Josh?
The Youth Invasion card?
Yeah, the Youth Invasion.
That's the card, man. That's the card right there. I mean...
Oh, which one of you motherfuckers bought this? Oh, this is crazy, dude.
I think the Youth Invasion one still sells for more.
Dude, I want to know what that one's going for now, because...
There's only one of them.
No, we're talking about the Youth
Invasion. Oh,
the
the Youth Invasion? All right, let's look it up. Hold on here. This is funny, yeah. Wander Franco.
Hey,
Is it
dude, they're gonna
Youthquake?
have eyes on you, dude. Typing in Wander Franco. Dude.
There it is. There it is. Hold on. It looks like it was a $109.
Oh, that's down.
73.
Yeah, the market's down right now.
Yeah,
Hey, the market's down right now.
It was going for like 200 plus.
200 for a 10. Yeah, Youth Invasion. Oh, that is crazy, dude. Look, there's a Youthquake. There's a Youthquake.
Oh my god.
It's like they knew, and they just printed all these cards with all these.
Hey, would this be buy the dip?
I wish Richie was on here to like make the final call.
So it was going for like 260. Yeah.
Oh,
consistently.
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody bought it. I got it.
Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, that's got to be his card for the rest of his life.
That is crazy, dude. That is.
But it wouldn't
crazy.
be his first card. Ah.
That's nuts, man. You gotta love it. Oh, people, gallows humor is the best.
Is he in jail or what's going on with him?
Yeah, whatever happened to him?
They're waiting. It's still in motion.
Yeah.
But
okay.
All right. There was one story that I forgot to talk about when it comes to more IP talk, intellectual property talk. This is a very interesting post that I saw on Bleeding Cool today. Mickey Mouse behaves like Trump in Savage Dragon number 269. Did you guys see this?
Mm-hmm.
This is crazy, you guys. Look at this. So this is Savage Dragon, and there's Savage. The Savage Dragon is Savage Dragon's kid right now, and there's his wife, and she's getting fruit, and Mickey shows up, and he looks. Look at that. What the?
Yeah.
Are you? What is
this
going on?
This is a new book that just came out, or
Yes.
it's not even out yet?
Hold on here. So it says
he drew her slice, bro.
Oh, bro. 269. Mickey Mouse appears in Savage Dragon 269 and is grabbing a woman by the Cheshire Cat, and there's nothing Disney can do. It
That
says,
doesn't even make any sense.
Yeah, it says, in the bad old days, distributors often got comic books to stores on different weeks. Well, it seems to be happening again. Lunar distribution stores got Savage Dragon 269, and Diamond Comic distribution stores got Savage Dragon 269 coming this week. It went digital last week as well. This split may be why Savage Dragon 269 may not have made the expected slash that these fucking people, dude, slash that it might have otherwise. And as crazy as this comic book often is, the new issue by the creator Web Slinger may be even crazier than normal. If if normal is ever a word to use, as he challenged trademarks like nobody's business. Yeah, he talks about Superman, Spider-Man in here. He's got a character that says, get a grip. We have tanks and guns and missiles and bombs, not to mention superhumans that are more powerful than a locomotive. Your motley crew doesn't stand a chance. And he's got a character that says, not so fast, sea monkey, hold that pose. And she shoots webs out of her.
Bro, that's awesome, dude.
And look at it, it says squit, 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 squit. Not so fast, sea monkey, hold that pose. Superman only has 11 years left on copyright on him, and if Eric Larson looks like he will be ready for those that are more powerful than a locomotive. But there's a few decades more on Spider-Man with his wall crawler and web spinner characters. So these are the two Spider-Man characters, wall crawler
Spider
and web
Snatch.
Yeah. Okay, web slinger, let's wrap this up. Right there with you, wall crawler. And that's what they're doing. They're shooting webs out of their pussies. This has always felt like a go on Marvel, sue me. Just imagine how it will go down in court feel to this. So there we go. A perfect thing of, straddling that line, but that kind of thing is par for the course for Savage Dragon. But what is the motivation for the bad guys this month? Is it environmental issues familiar to those who read a lot of Namor? Just maybe a different direction, and it shows like some environmental stuff. But look at this. I mean, doesn't this look like Red Hulk right here?
Yeah.
Right? And then look at this.
I mean,
All right.
yeah, that's...
Mickey comes up. All right, let's do this.
Hello.
And Mickey comes up. Ooh, what's that? Looks up her skirt. Are you kidding me? And then she's like, what the hell? And look at his face. What the hell are you doing? Get out of there. Get off of me. I mean, hold on. There's more.
And it's not even the Steamboat Willie. It's actually straight up Mickey.
Yeah, that's not Steamboat Willie.
That is not okay. Stay away from me, you dirty rat. What do you think you're doing? I'm a married woman. Listen to what Mickey says. So what if you're a married woman? Married women are the best kind of women. They know how to keep their mouths shut and their legs open. And look at that. She is dripping as he grabs her. Now give me some of that honey.
Oh my God.
Get your filthy paws off me. Let go of me. She starts hitting him. Leave me alone. And then he says, don't play hard to get. You know you want me. I'm a big star. #1 in the box office. She jumps on a bus. What the fuck is going on, bro?
Written by Ed Pisker.
Bro, like they're not even trying. I mean, I guess the writer. I'm gonna get on Recalled Comics. I'll show you how it's done.
Oh, dude, this is tough. This is crazy, man. I can't
Bro,
believe
this beats
that.
the Baby in the Microwave comic, dude.
Whoa, what is going on? Jesus, man. So there you
Dude,
go.
That's fucking crazy, dude.
Right?
Yeah.
I better go to my LCS and get a couple of issues 269.
Dude, it doesn't get more crazy than that. That's for sure. Oh, man. Hold on, I think I got more.
Is that
All right.
Mickey's first appearance in an Image book?
It might be, bro. That might be.
Highly collectible.
Unless Mickey's in that die book, the same book that Grogu is in.
Bro, that shit is so fucking
Grogu.
crazy. Finally, for the last story, what's going on with this? An 8.0 Action Comics #1 has been upgraded to an 8.5. Did you guys hear this?
Not a 9.9?
Yeah, this is from Errol Molnar, a big Golden Age comic collector. I think he's got a couple of Action Comics #1. Australian guy, right?
Is this a like a pedigree?
Yeah, it's a pedigree book.
Yeah.
Okay. Because there's been a couple pedigree books now that have been CPR'd, right? And it's gotten up.
Mm-hmm. It's an expensive book.
Man.
Yes. It's expensive to press that, right?
Yeah. I mean, it would be I couldn't even imagine. I mean, what's the percentage you got to pay for their high dollar books?
I press it for about $25, dude.
But can you guarantee the pedigree still remains?
Shout out to Zabit again. He says 268 was Mickey's first appearance in Savage Dragon, so he was in the issue before. Man, that's nuts. That's what do you think a point?
What is that? What is that going for right now? Can you look that up? I think it's on Heritage. It was at like 4 point. I forget what it was at last time I checked, but that was a while ago.
Oh, somebody will enjoy it. That's for sure.
Is this it right here? The Kansas City pedigree one? Yeah.
Yep.
Look at that.
Okay,
4.2.
so it's still sitting there. Yeah.
It's 5.1 with buyer premium.
That's nuts, man.
Yeah, it's gonna become the most expensive comic ever sold.
Here you go.
Color. It's
That's
missing
fine.
color.
For an 8.5.
Right? I'm just taking a quick look.
I'd say so far this looks more like I would give this an 8.5 than that 9.9 giant size X-Men one.
This looks like there's some rip there.
Yeah,
I don't
it's a
know.
tear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A tear automatically takes you down to a 6.5, bro.
Is this the Kansas City pedigree one?
Yeah.
So the last time it sold was in February of 2010 for $1 million.
Well, whoever bought that is about to make some bucks. Yeah, I don't know if I would call that an 8.5, just even from the front cover.
And then there was an 8.5 that sold in April of 2021 for $3,250,000.
Oh man, what a nice little come up. Look at that. That is just amazing.
mean, the age of the book will, they'll give consideration.
Yeah, I mean they give Golden Age books bumps.
Yeah,
that's like a known thing.
They grade on a bell curve.
Wow, what a book, huh?
I don't know if I would have bumped that from an 8.0 to an 8.5 though. I mean, I probably should have stayed an 8.0.
You said it's already at $4 million.
Yeah,
I mean, it's already higher.
Over 5.
Yeah, I mean that's already higher than the 9.0 that sold in August of 2014 for 3.2.
Yeah, but was that a pedigree? Because I think pedigrees give a little more oomph.
Yeah, I mean,
100%.
But I mean, you're talking about like the highest on the census too, right? I mean, I get that pedigrees do give that extra oomph.
Yeah, I mean, technically, if that 9.0 came to market, I mean, I would expect it to sell for more than whatever this one sells for.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Nicolas Cage got it back, so he's not going to let it go.
Oh, he did get his comic back?
No, I'm just
No,
joking
he had to
around.
sell it. He got it back, but he had to sell it for his bankruptcy.
Yeah, for his taxes.
Pay his taxes.
Yeah, or his taxes. I mean, yeah. So, Keep It Thorough says, wait till you guys see the Action Comics 1 9.8 going up for auction from Mr. Pink soon.
Wouldn't doubt it, man.
Yeah.
What's up, Thorough?
A fake 8.5 question mark? I mean,
it's subjective.
Yeah, I mean, it was an 8.0, so.
If it was me and I was grading that book, I wouldn't have bumped it from an 8.0 and an 8.5. But I don't work for CGC, and everybody grades differently.
I mean, that back cover looked good, and there's not a lot of chipping on it, which is crazy for that book. But
yeah, but the
that
front
tear
cover,
on that front cover.
Yeah, the tear and the spider cracks, and yeah.
Have we heard any updates on the Giant Size X-Men yet? I know that Sean had mentioned that he might be able to take a look at it because it was at MegaCon, I think, or not MegaCon, WonderCon. I think it was there. So that's interesting.
Is he going to be able to touch it with his hands? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I doubt it.
If something's wrong with this, Sean will spot it.
Yeah, yes, he will. So, and that's interesting. CGC continuing to do the same old. So
yeah,
it is what it is.
Hey
All right,
guys,
you guys.
I gotta bounce, guys. Happy Easter! I love all of y'all. Love
Hood.
everybody in the chat. Y'all
Appreciate
take
you,
care.
brother.
Have a
I'll
great
be working
holiday.
the UFL game tomorrow.
All right, man. Be safe.
All right. We'll talk to you guys soon. And ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of Drama Alert. So let's let David Lee Roth bring us back.
Can you hear me out there? Hey, man, don't be squirting water at me. I'm gonna fuck your girlfriend, pal.
All right, and we are back. Fucking shit. So James, have you guys sold out of your book yet? And how is it looking? The sales looking good, maybe? You know,
It's been selling pretty dang good,
Yeah.
considering we haven't sold a variant in like 6 months.
Yeah, talk about this. This is the new Bjorn Barron's Boys #1 cover, Virgin
Yep.
cover. It's pretty dope.
Yep. Yeah, really dope. I'm a huge fan of Bjorn Barron's. I mean, he doesn't hit it out of the park every time, but when he does, he really does. So.
Yeah.
But we this book was like, we were working on getting this done almost a year ago. This is just taking that long. Like the artwork's been done, everything like that. It was just getting them to release it, a bunch of other stuff. So Jonathan had the wherewithal to reach back out to them again, like a month ago, and light a fire under their butts to get them moving on it. So
nice.
Yeah, we were pretty stoked on it. Another brutal. Jonathan was me and Jonathan were joking about it on text earlier, but it's another one of those like crazy over the top kind of slightly disgusting covers that seem to do really well for us. Like the Baby Eater DOT and stuff like that. But
where's
pretty,
Mario on this cover? He
pretty
said there was
brutal.
Mario.
Mario?
Yeah. In
No,
the
I told
bodies.
somebody earlier that there's Taylor Swift in there somewhere.
Oh, is that
that's
what it
probably why
was?
Yeah, so we probably sold more copies.
There's Luke Skywalker right there. And
There you
that's the guy that plays what is that called? Mandalorian. That's him.
Sure.
And that's Ryan Reynolds when he was Deadpool the first time, and him there too. And there too. So
No, webs do not come out of her vagina.
whose
Are you
hand
sure?
is that?
I don't know. Go watch The Boys. Maybe I missed that episode.
I think you did miss that one.
Fucking terrible, dude. Oh my god. Well, go check it out, you guys. I'll drop the link in the chat for everybody to go check it out. If you guys enjoy that cover, go buy one. There you guys go.
Please enjoy it. Please buy it.
What do you guys got plans for any cons coming up? You guys are going to C2E2, right? That's what you were talking
We'll
about.
be at C2E2. We got a bunch of stuff to go get signed for customers for facilitation, and then we set up a live sell with Garrett Gunn. We'll be dropping a convention exclusive with him and just hanging out. He's a good friend of ours, and like seems like last year and a half, we've both been so busy we haven't really had time to like hang out. So we decided that what we do is make a night out of it and hang out and sling some books, and I don't know. It'll be a good time. So
Was Garrett Gunn the one that did Ratchet and Clank, or what did Garrett Gunn do the Ratchet and Clank stuff? What did he do?
No, I did Good Boy, Franklin a Ghost.
Franklin
You're
and
probably
Ghost. That's
thinking
what it was.
Yeah,
Franklin
you're
and
thinking
Ghost.
of Franklin Ghost.
Yeah, that was a dope book.
Yeah.
Oh man, I have to exchange like one of these coins again next time I see him.
Dude, those coins are so cool, man. I love how I didn't really know about that whole thing. That started in the military, right? I mean, you guys do your challenge coins, and if you run into somebody that doesn't have it, they got to buy you a beer or something like that, or something.
Yeah,
dinner.
if you go to the bar and you drop your challenge coin at the bar, it happens at military bars. It's like who's got the coin from the highest ranking person. So like I had one from a 2-star that was kind of my go-to. They came out to visit us on a range that we were doing, like a live fire range in 29 Palms. And I did some pretty stupid shit on that range, but it was like impressive enough that he slid me a coin. And so anytime I went to the bar, nobody would pull out coins when I was there, because they knew like I had him beat, But yeah, it's kind of a fun thing. So the military's been doing that forever. I actually found a bunch of my old ones just the other day, so I've got them all lined up in my closet on a little shelf. So, well, not all of them. I found most of them, but
I gotta show you guys.
Yeah, anytime Garrett's in town, or anytime I'm like calling that Garrett's at, I bring one of those coins to trade in.
Yeah, I've still got mine sitting on the shelf. It goes. I didn't take it to last convention I went to, but I've taken it to a couple before after I picked it up. But
I thought it was funny that I gave him one and he gave it to you.
Yeah, he gave it to me. Yeah, it's like, when am I getting a coin? He just hands it right over to me.
Yeah,
after Aaron gave it to him.
So there was a funny moment, and let's see if I can find it. In where is it? The episode we did. Let's see here.
Okay, dude, I gotta go. So I hang up on him.
There was a funny moment in the Brian Polito episode where I guess they do those challenge coins too.
Mm-hmm.
And Jesse pulls out his challenge coin. Yeah, here we go. Check this out. This is funny right here.
Okay, but, first of all, and I will be hitting you up.
Man.
That's 30th anniversary year.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Brian. We appreciate you, and can't wait to have you back again, man.
Thank you so much.
Man, are you serious? I am not going to get you on this.
Look, first of all, and I will be hitting you up to do a.
So I thought that was awesome. Jesse tried to get him on the challenge coin thing, and he fucking Jesse was probably thinking that whole show. He's probably going, "Oh fuck yeah, I'm gonna finally get him. I'm gonna finally get him
the whole time."
Yeah. This is gonna be a perfect time to get my challenge coin challenge. Yeah, that's cool, man. That's cool that kind of got picked up off the military, and they do it a lot in the comics. And I know Coffin does it. I know Billy Tucci does it. That's a cool thing. So shout out to everybody that kind of joined in on that. There's a Sergeant Slaughter challenge coin. That would be fucking pretty cool if there was. So good shit. All right, you guys got any pickups? You got any new pickups?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's go through them.
We're gonna go get some.
All right, you're up first, Josh.
All right. I got.
Oh, I saw this.
I heard this book was pretty cool. So we got 6 copies.
You son of a. Did you find those in a long box or on an online retailer?
Online.
Oh,
$2.99 a piece. Cover price.
Gun.
So.
Unreal.
What? $6 or $15 I paid for all those.
Oh. Those are $600 books, you guys. Each one of those.
And then I don't have much, or this is the last thing I have with me, and I don't want to grab anything else. But I got this this Batman from Italy. So this is the first appearance of Batman in Italy. This is from 1946. And the story inside is It's one of the stories from Detective Comics 29. So it's like it's a tiny book. So
yeah.
Super dope, super scarce.
So talk about that real quick, because I know there was one in France before that, right?
So yeah, they came out. I think they both came out in 46, but the ones in France did come out before these ones, because these ones aren't dated, and the way the Italians dated them were by going off of the dates that were published on the French ones. So, but Batman first appeared in France, I think in 1940, before right when World War II was kicking off, and then obviously, Italy was, on the wrong side of that war,
fascism,
so it makes sense. It makes sense that nothing like this was ever published until after the war, when they became a republic.
Yeah, that's fucking awesome.
Yeah,
that's super cool, dude.
Stoked.
Yeah, not bad. All right, I don't have any pickups this week, but Yee is getting some pickups ready. It looks like. So we'll wait for him. James, you got any pickups?
I don't. I went to Virginia last week, hung out with Mom and Son's Comics.
Oh, nice.
And bought like 3 short boxes of ratios from an LCS that was like having a huge sale. But I've sold them all, so they're no longer pickups anymore.
Nice.
That's what I was doing right before I hopped on with you guys. I had like a 3.5 hour long eBay sale, just getting rid of the rest of them. But
how'd the eBay sale go?
Really, really well. Yeah.
So for those of you guys that don't know, you can go catch Hive Comics on eBay Live, along with Wanted Comics, Jesse James Comics, Big Clutch. A lot of friends of the family over here are selling on eBay Live and doing a great job doing it. So make sure you guys go check them out there.
I do have some art coming this week. So next weekend I'll have some art to show. But
nice. Hell yeah. All right, E, you ready?
Yes, sir.
You're up.
All right. So I guess this is a Dragon Ball homage. So
Ooh.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. So long short brought this up onto Long Story Short and was like, is this a Planet One comic homage? And then I think someone ended up asking the artist, hey, were you influenced by Planet Comics Dave Stevens for this cover? And then they responded, I don't know who Dave Stevens is, but thank you for introducing me to him.
Wow.
I was influenced from anime and manga for the the wheelless space bikes and stuff like that.
Akira style, space bikes.
Yeah. So that's where they were influenced from that. And then I got the Spider-Gwen Smash number 3, 1 in 25.
Great.
So shout out to Spidey Guy Hunter for sending me a link or where to check out.
Yeah, those are great covers.
So Murph, yeah. So big shout out to him for sending me a link.
Nice.
Because he knew I collected Spider-Gwen stuff. And then I got the Adidas shoes, but I'm not taking it out of the box.
Have you opened them from the box? Are they
nah,
still?
I still have it in the shipping box.
heard,
but my box didn't show up all smashed up like everyone else's did that did order it.
Oh, that's good.
I was just about to say that. Yeah, I heard a lot of people said that the shoes literally came out of the package on that.
Yeah, I mean, my box is pretty minty looking, so I'm guessing it's not as bad as what I saw for other people where the box is like basically like ran over by a truck.
Yeah.
So I imagine it's going to be a hard 98 for that comic.
Yeah. I want to show some sad news that I saw. Somebody shared this with me, and it's kind of a bummer. Scott Blair, who, if you guys remember, I went down the deep dive on the Vamps versus Werewolves series that Scott Blair did, which, in my opinion, has one of the best Peach Momoko covers in it. I went down that rabbit hole and looking into all those beautiful covers that he created and that he also had some other artists work on for variants for the run. It was just really, really cool. And this guy is an amazing artist, and it's sad. He's got brain cancer, and it sounds like he might not have too long. It says here, I've been long overdue for giving you all a proper update on my health. While I'm fighting as diligently as I can, this cancer is kicking my ass. The type of brain tumor I have is very aggressive, and it most likely will not recede. I am currently moving to be closer to some of my best friends and enjoy the time I have left, however long or short that may be. Thank you to everyone who has supported me all these years and continued to help keep me afloat. I never thought my art would ever touch so many people's lives. I appreciate every interaction I've had with you all. Every convention, every Kickstarter, every store drop, y'all have always been by my side. Thank you for lifting me up. For those who collect, don't worry. I have tons of art, and we will be selling it all to pay for my medical needs and to increase my quality of life. Keep an eye on the store, as new things will be listed often, and any and all support is appreciated. For store questions, please go through at Uncanny Megan. This isn't meant to read as a "this is the end" post, but I wanted to share the true gravity of the situation with you guys. I am fighting, and I will keep fighting, but this is the final boss battle, and I have to get my XP up. Talk to you again soon. Fuck. Sad. That's Scott Blair, Vamps and Werewolves fames. Make sure if you guys are a fan of him, go throw him some love and buy some art, and positive vibes and hearts like you just did out to anybody that's dealing with terrible disease that is cancer. So really, really sad. That being said, you guys, I love and appreciate you all. And thanks for supporting the channel, and thanks for being in this community. And we will see you again Tuesday night for another industry show. Make sure you guys come check it out, and we'll see you guys soon. Adios.